It is senior night and the regular season finale in Central City, and the class of 2023 is getting set to play their final regular season home game of their careers. To ensure this game could be completed after a team dropped out, the Hiawatha Hawks have made the 3+ hour trip from Kirkland, Illinois to Central City. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Wildcat Football on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. I'm David Warrington, and the Wildcats are set to conclude the regular season here tonight, taking on the Hiawatha Hawks. And before we get started tonight, I have to give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. So regular season finale, possibly final home game of the season, depending on how things shape out at midnight when playoff results come out. And the Wildcats getting set to host Hiawatha. Before this one kicks off in about 13 minutes, let's go ahead and take a look at these two teams. First, your Central City Wildcats. They are 6-1 so far this season. Wins over Lone Tree, Key, Edco, Midland, Springville, and last week West Central, 68-24. The one loss came to 4th-ranked Easton Valley back in Week 5. While assistant coaches for the Wildcats, Mark Kirscher, Mike Ferguson, and Spencer Nowadsky. Central City's head coach in his 8th season is Matt Myers. During his time with the Wildcats, Coach Myers, record of 34 wins and 39 losses. Starting quarterback for the Wildcats is the junior Jaden Hansen. On the year, 27 of 75 for 381 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Aiden Klosterman leads the ground game. The junior has 121 carries for 799 yards and 12 touchdowns. Lucas Greif is the top receiver. 16 catches, 227 yards, and 5 touchdowns for him as the senior gets set to complete his final regular season. Matthew Klosterman, a sophomore, Aiden's little brother, leads the way defensively. 37 tackles, 8.5 for loss, and 5 sacks. And it is Makai Benton, the junior, leading in tackles for loss. He's got 14.5 with 10 sacks, alongside his 35.5 total tackles. Now let's take a look at tonight's opponent, the Hiawatha Hawks. Hawks so far this season are 4-2. Wins versus Christian Life, Keith Country Day, Ashton Franklin Center, Orangeville, and South Beloit. Losses came to Polo and Amboy Lamoille, Ohio. Last week against South Beloit, Hawks got a win 60-20. Assistant coaches for the Hawks are Kenny McPeak and Matthew Montevan. Hiawatha's head coach in his 2nd season is Nick Doolittle. During his time with the Hawks, Coach Doolittle with a record of 8 wins and 8 losses. Unfortunately, couldn't find any statistics in regards to Hiawatha football, but fortunately did have a roster and coaching staff and all of that stuff in order to provide you with a broadcast here tonight. I don't think it really goes or needs to be said, but I will say it for completion's sake. This is the first ever matchup between these two teams. And like I said, I'm sure that's no surprise to anybody listening in. So there's a look at both teams. We're about 11 minutes away from opening kick here tonight. Regular season finale. Wildcats looking to finish 7-1. Hawks trying to improve to 5-2. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at district results from last week. 2 district games were played. In Edgewood, the Vikings hosted 4th-ranked Easton Valley, and the Riverhawks were all over the Vikings, 62-20. And then in Lansing, it was Midland going to Key, and Midland had their way with Key by a final of 64-0. In non-district play, Central City hit the road to West Central, took down the Blue Devils 68-24, and Springville did not play. They had the night off last Friday. So here's an updated look at the district standings. In 6th place at 0-5 is Springville. They have been eliminated from playoff contention. Same can be said for 5th place Key. They are 1-3. Midland and Edgewood Colesburg are tied for 3rd. They're both 2-2. Central City is 4-1. They are 2nd and have clinched a spot in the playoffs. And the number 1 team in 8-player District 5 is the 4th-ranked team in the state, Easton Valley. The Riverhawks are a perfect 4-0 in district play, and they have already clinched the 2022 district championship. So with that said, here's a look at tonight's district matchups to conclude the regular season. Key is at 4th-ranked Easton Valley, and Edgewood Colesburg is at Midland. That is a big one in Wyoming because the winner of that one is in the playoffs with no drama, nothing to worry about. They are automatically in as they will finish 3rd in the district. The loser will finish fourth and will have to hope their body of work has been good enough to get one of those 2 at-large bids. Last year, 8-player District 5 did bring an at-large team to the playoffs. That is by no means a given. And so certainly that'll be a highly contested ball game over in Wyoming. In non-district play, of course, Hiawatha's here in Central City. And then over in Springville, the Orioles are concluding their season against a very quality team in the form of the Tripola Panthers. So there is a look at what's going on around the district here tonight, as well as the updated district standings and all of that good stuff. About 8.5 minutes before kickoff here. Of course, we are much earlier than usual, a full hour earlier. As I mentioned, Hiawatha had quite the trip to get here, somewhere in the neighborhood of 3.5 hours coming in from the Chicago area. And they have made the trip, and they're here in Central City. So unlike most Week 8 ball games, it is not dark yet. There's still plenty of sun in the sky. 43 degrees is the temperature here, some 8 minutes away from kickoff. And it shouldn't get too much cooler than that as the night goes on. Low is 29 today, but that shouldn't be until today turns to tomorrow when those temperatures really start getting colder. One thing I did notice is Hiawatha was very late taking the field. They went and took the field some 3 or 4 minutes before I went on the air to begin tonight's broadcast. There's probably 18 minutes or so left in the warm-up period when they finally took the field. So that was just something interesting I noted. Wildcats have been out there for almost an hour at this point. Same cannot be said for the Hawks. The marching band is beginning to line up. I believe we're going to have our national anthem here shortly. Wildcats have removed their helmets, standing underneath the goalpost. The Hawks, like I said, were very late getting out, so unsurprisingly, they're still getting some of their warm-ups in. Linemen working down in the far end and the skill players tossing the football, and now they will all head over to their sideline. And instead of being underneath the goalpost, they will line up in a single file line on that far sideline. So the marching band is now taking the field. We're some 6 minutes and 45 seconds away from kickoff here in Central City to begin Week 8 of the regular season, the final week of the regular season. Wildcats are already in the playoffs, have been for a couple of weeks. They will play again next Friday. Just looking to add one more exclamation point to their regular season before they get the postseason play underway. I'll quickly step aside for the national anthem, be right back with you after the anthem has been played. National anthem has been played, and we are just under 5 minutes away from kickoff. And while we've got a chance, go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineups first for the Wildcats. This is based off of the starting lineups that teams used last week. For Central City, the offensive line left to right, David Munyakazi, the left guard. Nolan Gates plays center, the sophomore. He's done a fine job doing that this year. And Dayton Price plays right guard. Last week, they started with 4 receivers, twins to either side. Braden Rickles and Lucas Greif, more of your true receivers. Aiden Klosterman and his little brother Matthew Klosterman will line up as receivers, but they are much more prolific running the football. And Jaden Hanson will be not under center, but he is the starting quarterback. Wildcats, of course, don't really go under center hardly at all. Starting offense for Hiawatha. Left guard is Zachary Edwards. Center is Michael Briowski. Jack Keating plays right guard. The tight end is Brett Ross. Bryce Overton's the wide receiver. Cooper Fisher, the fullback. Cole Brantley is the tailback. And starting quarterback for the Hawks will be Christopher Korb. Captains are going out to midfield at the moment. For Central City, that's Aiden Klosterman, Dayton Price, and Colton Nowadsky. Captains out there for Hiawatha. They've got Cole Brantley, Christopher Korb, Zachary Edwards, and Ryan Barber. We'll see the result of the coin toss here in a moment. Wildcats are wearing their home black uniforms, white numerals with red trim, and all black pants with some red down the side. Hiawatha wearing their white visiting uniforms with navy blue numerals. Pants are all white, and they've got gold helmets. Pretty sweet looking, if I do say so myself. And also for Hiawatha, or for Central City, they've got the red helmets. So captains discussing at midfield at the moment. We'll have the result of the coin toss for you here shortly. While they're doing that, let's take a look at the starting defense for Central City. They'll play a 3-2-3 primarily. Favre Weber's the left end, David Munyakazi the nose, and Makai Benton at right end. Linebackers are Christopher Greif and Dayton Price. Cornerbacks Jaden Hanson and Aiden Klosterman. And Lucas Greif, the free safety. And remember, Central City has probably 15 or 16 kids that can and will play at the varsity level defensively, so don't be surprised whatsoever to hear plenty of different names whenever the Wildcats are on defense. Hiawatha tends to run a 4-3-1. Christopher Korb, Brian Barber, Braden Ross, and Lucas Norvell left to right in the defensive line. As here comes the result of the coin toss. Hiawatha won the toss. They're going to defer. So Central City will take the football first. Hiawatha will kick off to begin the ball game, and they will do so right to left. So that's how we'll start. I'll quickly finish up the starting lineup for Hiawatha defensively. As I said, Christopher Korb's the left end, Ryan Barber and Braden Ross the D tackles, and Lucas Norvell, will play right end. Linebackers left to right, Thomas Butler, Cole Brantley in the middle, and then Cooper Fisher. And Blake Wiegarts is the defensive back, in that 4-3-1 Hiawatha defense. They look to really stack the box, and try to get up there close to the line of scrimmage. Wildcats will do that sometimes. They also tend to play back and watch for the pass every now and again. They say Hiawatha ball club that can pass. They certainly have a good quarterback in Christopher Korb as the Wildcats take the field through a breast cancer awareness sign. But certainly Hiawatha a better running team than they are passing. At least that's what they do more often. Central City, same is true, but to an even greater extent. They will run the football the overwhelming majority of the time. Should mention is Breast Cancer Awareness Night here in Central City. Both teams have plenty of pink, as it is, of course, October. Annual Breast Cancer Awareness Month, It's a nice touch by both teams here tonight as we're getting set to go. Both teams are on the sideline. We're under a minute until the clock hits zeros and it's time to play football. Certainly an interesting ball game here tonight. Looking forward to this one. See what kind of challenge Hiawatha can provide. Seems to be a quality Hiawatha team. Should be a good late regular season matchup. Not too much stakes. This game really doesn't mean a whole lot for Central City outside of their record and their momentum. Does not in any way affect postseason seeding. Both teams are out there. Wildcats will return left to right. Aiden Klosterman and Lucas Greif back to receive. And the kicker for Hiawatha is Bryce Overton, 5'11", 175-pound senior. He will place the tee at the 30-yard line, and he will kick it away. For any Hiawatha fans listening in, one point of emphasis here. In Iowa, you play 8-man football on an 80-yard field. It's been brought to my attention that in Illinois, you do so on a 100-yard field. That is one major difference. Shouldn't have too much of an impact on how the players play here tonight, but is one interesting thing to note. We're just about set to go. Overton has it teed up. Takes his approach and sends it away. We're underway. Good end-over-end kick. Fielded by Greif at the 10. Up to the 15. Jukes to the 20. Trying to go outside. He's going to be brought down by Cole Brantley, it looks like, and a couple of others, including Thomas Butler, get in there and help make the stop. But not a bad return there by Lucas Greif. They will spot the football at about the 25, which is where Central City will start their first possession of the ball game. First down and 10 from their own 26. Wildcats up to the line, working left to right. First and 10 from their own 26. Twin receivers out left. Matthew Klosterman tight to the line on the right. Jaden Hansen in the shotgun. Aiden comes in motion left to right. Fake the jet sweep. Hansen up the middle. Past the 30. He will be taken down a couple yards shy of a first down at about the 34-yard line. Solid first down running that time by Jaden Hansen. Looks like he gained 8 up to the 34. It'll be second down and 2 yards to go. Hansen had a nice night running the football last week. Came into the ball game with 1 total rushing touchdown of the year. Tripled that. Now he's got 3. Aiden Klosterman and Jaden Hansen back there to take the snap. Snap will go to Aiden. Right up the middle. Breaks out of a tackle. Trying to fight ahead. Gets up past the first down marker. Close to midfield. That will move the chains. Aiden Klosterman, the ball carrier. Gains about 5 up to the 39. Just shy of midfield. It'll be first down and 10 for Central City. 2 runs to start the night, and they both work out pretty well. Twin receivers right here. That's Aiden Klosterman and Lucas Greif. Hansen in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to throw. Has time. Gets rid of it. Matthew Klosterman makes the catch. Flag comes in late. Klosterman has a first down and more. Brought down at about the 25-yard line. But a flag was thrown, and Dayton Price lost his helmet in the middle of everything. So they're spotting the football at the 24, but there is a flag to contend with in the backfield. Not sure how Dayton lost his helmet. But waiting on a call. It looks like it's going to be against Central City because they're asking the Hiawatha sideline what they want to do. And correction, it will be against Hiawatha. With a personal foul, that'll be 15 yards. And that may be from the spot. That is indeed from the spot. So gained up to the 24, and they'll get half the distance to the goal from there. So that's a big swing. So after it's all is said and done, they'll have first down and goal from the 10. Hansen the shotgun, twin receivers to either side. Hansen screen pass to Klosterman on the far sideline, makes a man miss. Fighting ahead, will be taken down inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line. Aiden Klosterman makes a nice catch and run. It'll be second down and goal. After a gain of 5 on first down. Hansen completes the pass to Aiden Klosterman. Up to the 4. Second down and goal, 4 yards to go. Matthew Klosterman split out right. Aiden Klosterman and Jaden Hansen in the shotgun. As they spin, give to Aiden Klosterman. Nolan Gates providing the block, and he's over the goal line into the end zone. Aiden Klosterman, 4 yards for a touchdown. And the Wildcats strike first under 2 minutes into this ball game. Wildcats go ahead 6-0. And they'll go for 2 to try to make it 8-0. Aiden Klosterman runs in his 13th touchdown on the ground this season. He had a nice possession. Got 2 touches, gained 9 yards and a touchdown. The Klosterman brothers are back there for the 2-point conversion. Christopher Greif, the fullback, goes to Matthew, right up the middle. Great blocking. It wasn't touched until he crossed the goal line, but a flag flies in from the back, thrown by the referee. And it's going to be holding. It's going to be holding against Central City, I believe. He didn't give a full indication, but he did flash the holding sign. And based on the Hiawatha players coming back out there, it'll be called against Central City, which is unfortunate because by the time that flag was thrown, Matthew had pretty much already crossed the goal line. But holding comes in. And they will retry the 2-point conversion back at the 13-yard line after a 10-yard penalty. Twin receivers to either side. Hansen takes the snap, steps up, in trouble. He'll be taken down for a sack. And the 2-point conversion is no good. So the 2-point conversion comes off the board after a holding penalty. 10:08 to go in the opening quarter here from Central City. Wildcats strike first, They lead the Hawks by a score of 6-0. So Wildcats strike first after the Aiden Klosterman touchdown run. They can't cash in on the two-point conversion after a holding penalty, so the lead stays at 6-0. Wildcats go 54 yards on 5 plays, and it ends up with Aiden Klosterman running it into the end zone from 3 yards out. Jaden Hanson will kick off for Central City. The junior has 10 touchbacks on 36 kickoffs so far this year. He's done a fine job kicking the football. It is Cole Brantley back deep to return for Hiawatha. He's got Lucas Norvell as well as Blake Wiegartz about 10 yards in front of him. Kick is away. It's a sidewinder going towards the far sideline. He'll take one hop and go out of bounds. So the flag comes in for the illegal kickoff out of bounds from Hanson. And we'll see what Hiawatha wants to do. They could either have him back it up 5 and re-kick, or they could just take the football after the penalty yardage. Decision is up to Coach Doolittle of the Hawks. And it looks like the defense is out there for Central City. So they will take the football. Let's see where they're going to spot it. They will spot it at the 30-yard line, so no wonder they want to take it. That's great field position for the Hawks. They'll start first down and 10 from their own 30-yard line. 10:08 to go in the opening quarter. Wildcats strike first at 6-0. Hiawatha beginning their first possession. Lucas Norvell split out left. Christopher Korb in the shotgun. Cole Brantley behind him. And Brennan Fisher to his right. Or Cooper Fisher, my apologies. It's a handoff up the middle to Brantley. Trying to bounce it outside. Dayton Price is there, and he fights ahead and gets a couple of yards, does Brantley. Had a good second effort to stop that from being a very short gain. Will be a gain of about 3 up to the 33-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 7 for Hiawatha. Cole Brantley, the primary ball carrier for the Hawks so far this year. The quarterback, Christopher Korb, certainly can keep it himself and does a nice job when he does. Is also quite proficient throwing the football, but they don't do that as much as they run. Same formation here. Korb in the shotgun. Norvell out left. Korb with a hard count. Still waiting. Now he finally takes the snap. Gives it to Fisher up the middle. Breaks off one tackle. He will have a first down and more past midfield before Lucas Greif and Braxton Davis help bring him down. Good second down running by Cooper Fisher. The fullback, if you will, in this kind of pistol-type formation. And that's gained up to the Wildcat 39 past midfield. That'll be more than enough for a first down, as that was a gain of 8 by Cooper Fisher. Norvell splits out right this time. Korb in the shotgun, Brantley behind him. Fisher to his right. First and 10 from the Wildcat 39. Korb takes the snap, handoff to Brantley up the middle. Bounces it outside, past the 35 before Jaden Hanson slides in and takes him down. But it's still a solid first down gain for Cole Brantley. Gains about 5 up to the 34-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 5 for Hiawatha. The Hawks have it at the Wildcat 34. 8.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Wildcats on top, 6-0. Norvell splits out left. Korb in the shotgun. He's got Brantley behind him. Second down and 5. Takes the snap. Keeps it himself. Brantley's the lead blocker. Trying to get outside, but he's not going to have much. He will actually lose a yard, it looks like, as Dayton Price as well as Nolan Gates take him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That'll be a loss of 1 for Christopher Korb. And it will be third down and 6 yards to go for the Hawks. Correction, that'll actually be a loss of 2 yards. So a loss of 2 back to the Wildcat 36. Third down and 7 is upcoming. Hawks have it on the near hash. They'll have trips receivers outright. Brantley, Norvell, and Blake Wiegartz. Korb, in the shotgun. Korb with a hard count now takes the snap. Dropping back, quick throw. Far sideline, in and out of the hands. It's incomplete. Cole Brantley, the intended receiver, but he couldn't hang on to it. That one goes to the ground. Fourth down is upcoming. Hawks are in Wildcat territory, just past midfield at the 36. And it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. 4th down, 7 yards to go for the Hawks. They've got trips receivers right, same formation. Korb is in the shotgun. Lucas Greif comes up, was back to return a punt, but they aren't looking to punt. Korb takes the snap, dropping back, has a clean pocket. Now it breaks down, and Mekhi Benton's got him and throws him to the ground. Mekhi Benton, he's been a pest all season for those visiting quarterbacks. That's his 11th sack of the year. Tackle for loss number 15 and a half. And the Wildcats will start at the Hawk 35-yard line. So a big loss there on 4th down. That turns it over on downs. And Central City starts from the Hawk 35. Wildcats up to the line. Hansen and Klosterman, that's Aiden, are back there to take the snap. Lucas Greif split out right. Goes to Klosterman. Gives to Lucas Greif up the middle in a reverse. Past the 30, stretching it out. He'll be thrown down from behind. Nearly fumbles the football, but he hangs on to it and dives ahead close to a 1st down. Cole Brantley made the tackle for Hiawatha along that far sideline. After a great second effort by Lucas Greif, it'll end up being a gain of 9 all the way up to the 26. And that is where it'll be 2nd down and a yard for Central City. Jaden Hansen runs in with the play call. Wildcats 2nd in the yard from the Hawk 26, leading 6-0. Luke Bird's into the ball game. He splits out right. Hansen in the shotgun. Aiden Klosterman behind him. It's a handoff to Klosterman up the middle. He'll have the 1st down, not too much more, but didn't need too much more than that. As gets it up past the 25. He'll be shy of the 20. They're going to spot the football at the 23. So on 2nd and 1, it was a gain of 3 for Aiden. Wildcats have 1st down, 10 yards to go from the Hiawatha 23. Aiden entered the ball game with 121 carries for 799 yards and 12 touchdowns on the year. He's already scored his 13th so far in this game. Lucas Greif split out left. Klosterman and Hansen back there. Goes to Hansen, looking to throw. Gets rid of it. It's going to be caught. Lucas Greif made the catch shy of the sticks. He will be taken down, as it'll be 2nd down upcoming. Got it up to about the 16 or 15-yard line, somewhere in that neighborhood. They will spot it at the 16. It's a gain of about 7 on 1st down, and that's a good way to start a set of downs. Jaden Hansen to Lucas Greif brings up 2nd down and 3. Matthew Klosterman into the game, splits out right. Aiden Klosterman and Jaden Hansen are back to take the snap. Snap goes to Jaden, spins, gives to Aiden Klosterman, breaks a tackle. Now he's going to be taken down. Looks like he'll be just short of a 1st down, maybe half a yard short. Needed 3, got about 2, up to the 14-yard line. That's where it'll be 3rd down and a yard for the Wildcats. And for this short yardage situation, Jaden Hansen comes off. Christopher Greif enters the ball game. We'll see that formation with both Klosterman brothers back there. Either one could take the snap. Remember, Christopher Greif, the fullback, always an option to take that snap as well. 3rd down and a yard. Snap goes to Christopher Greif. 1st down and more past the 10 before he's going to be taken down. 1st and goal is coming up. As I said, Christopher Greif always an option to take that snap. He did this time. Gains about 5 up to the 9. And that's where the Wildcats have 1st down and goal to go. 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Greif hasn't run it that much this year, but he's done well when he has. 22 carries, 150 yards, and a touchdown. Same formation here. Aiden on the left, Matthew on the right. Those dynamic duo, the two brothers have done great for Central City on the ground this year. Snap goes to Aiden. Gets some blocks up the middle. Gets inside the 5 before he'll be stopped. Fights ahead even farther. Somehow got all the way up to the 2 or 3. Great tough running by Aiden Klosterman. And they are going to spot that at the 3, so it somehow ends up as a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go from the 3. Wildcats trying to extend their lead. They've been methodical here on this drive. They've only passed it once or twice. Here they've got twin receivers right, one to the left. Jaden Hansen in the shotgun. Aiden comes in motion. Jet sweep handoff. No, Jaden Hansen keeps it up the middle, and he's into the end zone. Jaden Hansen with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year, and the Wildcats extend their lead. Jaden Hansen fakes the jet sweep handoff to Aiden Klosterman, keeps it up the middle, and the Wildcats now lead this one 12-0 as they will go for 2. Jaden Hansen jogs in the play call, just ran in the touchdown. Remember, the Wildcats were successful on their first 2-point conversion attempt before a late flag brought it back, and then they failed in the retry. Twin receivers left, one to the right. Aiden comes in motion left to right. Again, they fake the jet sweep handoff. Jaden Hanson fighting ahead. Christopher Korb got him, but he gets into the end zone first. So for good measure, Jaden Hanson adds the 2-point conversion. And with 4:09 to play in the opening quarter here from Central City, the Wildcats lead the Hawks 14-0. So the Wildcats take their time on that touchdown drive. They go 35 yards on 7 plays. And Jaden Hanson runs in his 4th rushing touchdown of the season, alongside his 10 passing touchdowns. This one from 3 yards out. And he adds the 2-point conversion for good measure. Quickly here, got to give a shout out to Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is here to provide the kind of services that keep community in banking. That means working with local businesses to provide funding to help them grow and giving guidance and support when you're ready to purchase your first home. We're here for you. As always, big thank you to Heartland Bank for all their great support and making these broadcasts of Wildcat football possible each and every Friday night. Jaden Hanson just scored the touchdown and conversion. He sets the football on the tee. He'll kick it off. Cole Brantley back deep to return. He's set up at about the 3-yard line. Hanson comes up to the ball, and he sends it away. High end-over-end kick. Fielded by Brantley at the 6. He fumbles it. It's still loose. He finally picks it up. Now he's going to return. Flag comes in. Going down the far sideline. Gets to about the 25. But as I said, there is a flag. It was thrown at about the 16-yard line. It took a while for Brantley to pick up the football after he fumbled it originally. And we'll wait for a call here from the official. Referee discussing with the umpire. And here comes the call. And in all that commotion, somebody got blocked in the back, as that is the call against Hiawatha. They'll march off the yardage from the 16. Believe it'll be half the distance to the goal. They will stop and now resume. Marches off a couple more yards. Umpire having a tough time figuring out where to set it. Ends up setting it down at the 8. And that is where Hiawatha will take over. First down and 10, deep in their own territory, at their own 8-yard line. Just over 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Wildcats by a couple of touchdowns, 14-0. Hawks first and 10 from their own 8. Twin receivers left. That's Norvell and Brantley. Corbin the shotgun. He's got Fisher to his right. Takes the snap, keeps it himself. Trying to go far sideline, but he's taken down right away. Matthew Klosterman was in there, as was Luke Birds. Those two team up for a quick stop. Gain of a yard from Korb on that carry. Gets it up to the 9-yard line. That is where it'll be second down and 9. Got a comment here from Keegan Kula. Sounding great, Dave. Keegan, I appreciate you listening in, buddy. Hope you're doing well. As 3.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Second down, 9 yards to go for Hiawatha. And they're way back there. They're at their own 9-yard line after a penalty on the kick return. Same formation here, twin receivers left. The one change is Fisher is to the left of the quarterback, Christopher Korb. Korb with a hard count, now takes the snap, looking to throw. Quick strike across the middle, it's caught. It's caught by Lucas Norvell. He will be close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot. And it looks like they are going to call for the chains to be moved. So he got it close to the 25, close to the 20 up to the 18. So that was a gain of 9 on 2nd and 9. And it'll be first down up to the 18. First completed pass of the ball game for Christopher Korb. It's only a second attempt. Again, it went to Lucas Norvell. Twin receivers right here. Korb in the shotgun. He's got a new back. Blake Wiegarts is to his left. Fisher and Brantley, the receivers. Snap will go to Korb, dropping back, has time. Now it breaks down. He's going to take off, looking to scramble. Luke Birds is there. He doesn't make the play, but Dayton Price does. Korb does gain some yardage, though. Gets past the 25. Believe they're going to spot that at about the 26. So a gain of about 6 on first down. It'll be second down and about 4 yards to go. Hawks back up to the line. 2.5 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Norvell split out left. Korb in the shotgun. Wiegarts to his right, and he's got Brantley behind him. Takes the snap. Handoff to Brantley, trying to bounce it outside. Down the far sideline, he'll have the first down past the 30. Goes out of bounds near the 35, but we'll see where he actually stepped out. It will certainly be enough for a first down, as I think they're going to spot that at about the 31 or 32. They'll choose the 32, so a gain of about 6. That time by Cole Brantley. And it'll be first down and 10 yards to go for Hiawatha. The Hawks made the long trip, some 3.5 hours, give or take. And they're trying to make sure that they're competitive in this ball game. They've already fallen 14-0 on the scoreboard. Norvell split out left. Korb in the shotgun. Fisher and Brantley are the backs. Korb pointing out something on the defense. Now he takes the snap. Handoff up the middle to Cole Brantley. Not much there, as Makai Benton takes him down pretty much right away. Might have gained a yard. They are going to spot him down at the 33, so Cole Brantley picks up 1 yard on first down. It'll be second down, 9 yards to go for Hiawatha from their own 33. Hawks break the huddle, back up to the line, trying to get on the board here for the first time, trailing 14-0. Norvell split out left, Korb in the shotgun. Brantley behind him. Hawks are like the Wildcats. They don't do too many under center snaps. There was some movement along the defensive line, but nobody crossed the plane. Korb keeps it himself. Going up the middle, he'll be taken down. Might have got a yard or two, but not a whole lot, but a flag comes in late. It was thrown by the umpire. That's the official that spots the football and kind of hangs out in the middle of everything. And for the second time this quarter, Dayton Price lost his hat. It was a gain of 2 by Korb. But it's going to be a face mask penalty against Central City after the fact. So credit Korb for a gain of 2, but then they'll get the 15-yard penalty, and that'll result in a first down. So an unneeded penalty there on Central City, as that brings the football all the way down to the Wildcat 30. That is a 15-yard penalty. It is a face mask. So Hiawatha first and 10 from the Wildcat 30. Late first quarter, Norvell split out right. Korb in the shotgun. Korb takes the snap, handoff to Brantley up the middle. Luke Birds meets him right away. He's going to spin him down, get some help from his teammates. Matthew Klosterman, Arwen Betzer help finish it off. That'll be a loss of a yard that time for Brantley, as they're going to spot that at about the 31. Second down and 11 coming up. From the Wildcat 31, 45 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Wildcats on top of the Hawks. Our score 14-0. Late first quarter. Twin receivers right for the Hawks. Korb in the shotgun. Fisher behind him. Brantley and Norvell are the receivers. Under 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Korb takes the snap, dropping back. Pressure's there. He's in trouble. He's going to step up. He'll take off, and he's got some room. Past the 25, first down past the 20, before Luke Birds drags him down by the ankles. Korb gets it up to about the 19-yard line. That'll be more than enough for a first down. They'll spot it at the 18. That is where the Hawks will have first down and 10. The clock has stopped for the Chains, and now it will resume. 15 seconds to go until the end of the first quarter. Don't believe the Hawks have to run another play. Doesn't look like they intend to do so. As the clock has hit all zeros here to end our first quarter. Through a quarter of football here from Central City, the Wildcats lead the Hawks 14-0. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of our first quarter statistics, For Central City, Jaden Hansen was 3 of 3 for 29 yards. Had completions of 17 yards to Matthew Klosterman, Lucas Greif for 7 yards, and Aiden Klosterman for 5 yards. On the ground, Aiden Klosterman, 6 carries, 23 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Hansen, 2 carries, 11 yards and a touchdown. Lucas Greif ran it once for 9 yards, and his brother Christopher ran it once for 5 yards. Let's go ahead and take a look at those statistics for Hiawatha. Christopher Korb was 1 of 2 passing the football for 9 yards. That completion went to Lucas Norvell. Cole Brantley, 5 carries for 14 yards. Christopher Korb, 6 carries for 13 yards. and Cooper Fisher ran it once for 8 yards. To begin our second quarter, it'll be Hiawatha football. First down and 10 from the Wildcat 18-yard line. Hawks are now working left to right. Wildcats are defending the end zone to my right. 12 minutes set on the clock. Both teams are out there. And we're set to get our second quarter of football here from Central City underway. Christopher Korb runs into the huddle with the play call for the Hawks. The center goes up there first. That's the sophomore, Michael Briowski. Everybody else joins him. Twin receivers left. Korb in the shotgun. He's got Cooper Fisher behind him. First and 10 for the Hawks from the Wildcat 18. Snap goes to Korb, dropping back. Looking to throw. Mekhi Benton's there, but he can't get him. He might scramble again. He will stop. Luke Birds is there. Tries to drag him down. He can't. As it'll be a decent gain along that far sideline for Christopher Korb. He scrambles once again. Gets past the 15, close to the 12. Looks like they might spot it at the 11, in fact. We will call that the 11. So gain of 7, second down and 3 yards to go. 11 yards away from the end zone for Hiawatha. Hawks break the huddle. Wildcats trying to hold him out here. One receiver left. That's Norvell. Korb in the shotgun. A back to either side. Fisher and Brantley are to his right and left respectively. Snap goes to Korb. Keeps it up the middle. Unblocked. Arwin Betzer's back there and makes the stop. Nobody touched him. And Arwin Betzer is there to bring down Christopher Korb for a loss. That'll be a sizable loss. Loss of about 4 to the 15. That's it'll be third down and 7 yards to go. 11 and a half minutes remain in the second quarter of play as third down and 7 is upcoming from the 15-yard line for Hiawatha. The Hawks have one receiver out right. That's Norvell once again. Korb in the shotgun. A back behind him in the form of Brantley, and Fisher's to his right. Takes the snap. Play action pass. Norvell's open in the back of the end zone. It's intercepted. Luke Birds, no, they're going to call it incomplete. They're going to call it incomplete. Luke Birds, I thought, made a diving interception, but they're going to say it's incomplete. I'm not sure how. It looked like he made the diving catch. They're going to say the football was not cleanly caught. Luke Birds nearly had his second pick of the season. Had his first over in Springville 2 weeks ago. But instead, it's just a harmless, incomplete pass for Hiawatha. They will have fourth down, 7 yards to go from the Wildcat 15. Trips receivers outright. Fisher, Norvell, and Brantley. Korb in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking to throw. He's in trouble there. Looking to take off, and he didn't see Arwin Betzer coming. He's brought down for a sack. And that'll be a turnover on downs. For the second time tonight, the Wildcats turn the Hawks over on downs via a sack. Christopher Korb is taken down at about the 17-yard line. That is where the Wildcats will start first and 10. Looks like they'll spot it at the 16. So a loss of 1 in the previous play, and the Wildcats will take over offensively. It was a 56-yard, 12-play drive from the Hawks, but it stalls, and the Wildcats will have it. Twin receivers to either side. Hansen in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Pressure's there, steps up, fires. Braden Rickles has it. He'll be dragged down by the ankles. And they're going to say it's incomplete. As Braden had it, made a move up the field, and then lost it after he was brought to the ground, but they're going to say that is ruled an incompletion. Slightly surprised by that ruling, but nonetheless, second down and 10 is upcoming. Wildcats have it at their own 16-yard line. Matthew Klostrom runs in the play call. The Wildcats break the huddle. Second and 10 from their own 16. Klostrom brothers are back there. Matthew on the left, Aiden on the right. Greif, as always, is the fullback. High snap. Matthew handles it. Up the middle. Breaks some tackles. Past the 30. Past midfield. It's a foot race. 25. Cole Brantley tackles him by the ankles inside the 20. Brantley was the last chance for Hiawatha. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown. Matthew Klosterman nearly had his 9th of the season, but it's still a great gain by the sophomore tailback. Gets it up to about the 17-yard line, completely shifts field position, as that was a gain of 47 yards on 2nd down and 10. And the Wildcats have it up to the Hawks' 17-yard line. Twin receivers to either side here for Jaden Hanson, who's in the shotgun. 3 linemen. Takes the snap, looking downfield, steps up, fires across the middle, in and out of the hands. It was slightly high for Lucas Greif, and that one falls incomplete. So after the first down incompletion, it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Central City. They have it at the Hiawatha 17-yard line. Greif's been the top receiver for Central City this year. 16 catches, 227 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Also had a 50-plus yard touchdown reception up in Maynard last week in the Wildcats' 68-24 victory over the Blue Devils. Couldn't make the grab that time, however. Hanson in the shotgun. He's got Aiden Klosterman to his right. Either one of them can take the snap. It'll be Jaden. Spins, looking to throw. Steps up, fires. It's going to be caught. Lucas Greif has it, and he's into the end zone from 17 yards out. I just mentioned Lucas Greif being a talented receiver. Well, there you go. Makes his 6th touchdown catch of the year, and the Wildcats extend their lead. 20-0 is now the score. They will be set to go for 2. That was touchdown pass number 11 for Jaden Hanson, just 1 interception. And as I said, Lucas Greif just caught his 6th touchdown pass of his senior year. Klosterman brothers are back there, Aiden and Matthew. For the 2-point conversion, goes to Aiden up the middle, juking ahead, and he's into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. Aiden Klosterman has the extra 2 points. 9:59 to go in the second quarter. Our score, Central City 22, Hiawatha 0. So the Wildcats on that previous possession go 64 yards on just 4 plays. Primarily Matthew Klosterman gained 47 yards on the second play of the possession. And then on the 4th play, Jaden Hanson connects with Lucas Greif from 17 yards out to put the Wildcats back on the board. Jaden Hanson will kick it away for Central City. Sets the tee down at the 30. The Hawks come out onto the field. Cole Brantley, who made the touchdown-saving tackle on Matthew Klosterman's nearly long touchdown run. It was just a long run in the end. Brantley's back deep to return. He lines up inside the 5 at about the goal line. Hanson has it teed up. Brantley hasn't gotten a clean return yet. He fumbled one, and the other one went out of bounds. That one's a high end-over-end kick. Brantley fields at the goal line, returns up to the 5 and to the 10. Down the far sideline past the 20, breaks a tackle past the 25, makes a juke move and slips off his feet. Taken down inside the 30, but a good return by Cole Brantley that time. They're going to spot it around the 29-yard line. Hanson's kick was just shy of being a touchback, was fielded at about the 1-yard line. And a nice return from Brantley gives the Hawks 1st and 10 from their own 29. Hawks put together a great drive last time they had it, but stalled shy of the end zone. Hawks up to the line. A receiver to either side. Norvell's out left. Brantley out right. Corbin the shotgun with Fisher to his right. 1st and 10 from their own 29. Corb takes the snap, keeps it up the middle, trying to bounce it outside, has it past the 35, past midfield. Lucas Greif trying to make the tackle. He does, but not till he gets to about the 30. They're going to call Christopher Corb down at the 31. Great running by Corb that time. Gets into Wildcat territory, as that'll be a gain of 20 for Corb. And the Hawks have 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 31. Corb's done well so far on the ground. 10 carries for 35 yards, but it should be better than that if he hadn't taken a couple of big sacks. Same formation, receiver to either side. Brantley out left, Norvell out right. Corbin the shotgun, Blake Wegarts to his left. Korb takes the snap, dropping back, looking to throw. Benton was held, and the flag comes in. Another flag comes in. There's 2 pieces of laundry on the field. Korb scrambling down the sideline, gets close to the 20, but I can't imagine that's going to matter as a pair of flags came in. At least one of them was a blatant hold that I saw all the way up here in the press box. These may be 2 separate penalties. They came in at different times from different officials. Holding is the call against Hiawatha, and that may be the only penalty. I believe both flags were for the same call. As they will march off 10 yards from the spot. As I said, Benton was pretty clearly held, and they will spot the football back at the Hiawatha 35. And that is where they will have it. They'll replay first down way back there. So first down for Hiawatha, first and about 24. Twin receivers left, Korb in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Sends one down the far sideline, but it's incomplete. Too high for Lucas Norvell. As that one falls to the ground. It'll be second down and about 24 yards to go for Hiawatha from their own 35. Again, Lucas Norvell was the intended target. He's been the top receiver for Hiawatha so far this year. But that one was too tall. Hawks up to the line, second and 24 from their own 35. Twin receivers left. Norvell and Brantley. Korb in the shotgun, Fisher to his left. Takes the snap, keeps it up the middle. Gets up past midfield. Now going to the 35, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, close to the 30-yard line, up to about the 31. Again, a good run by Christopher Korb. They'll spot that one at the 31-yard line in Wildcat territory. They're back to where they were before the holding penalty on first down. It'll be third down, 10 yards to go for the Hawks from the Wildcat 31. Trips receivers outright for the Hawks. Wiegarts, Norvell, and Brantley. Korb in the shotgun. 4 offensive linemen. Third down and 10. Korb takes the snap. Looking down the field. It's going to be incomplete. It was intended for Norvell. Wiegarts was wide open down the near sideline. But it wasn't seen, and the pass goes incomplete. So after the incompletion, it'll be fourth down and 10 yards to go for Hiawatha. At the Wildcat 31, 8 minutes and 11 seconds remain in this opening half, of football here from Central City. Korb in the huddle with the play call. They break the huddle. Twin receivers outright. Norvell and Brantley. Korb in the shotgun with Wiegarts behind him. Fourth down, 10 yards to go. They need the 21 to move the chains. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Fires down the field. It's across the middle. That'll be a first down for Lucas Norvell. Didn't get the first down by much, but a couple of yards is enough to move the chains. Got it up past the 20 to about the 17-yard line or so. As the Hawks do convert on that fourth down attempt, and they will have first down and 10 at about the 17-yard line of the Wildcats. Hawks up to the line. First and 10 from the 17. Norvell split out right, just caught the first down pass. Korb in the shotgun, Brantley behind him. Wiegarts to his left. Korb stands up, now is going to reassess the defense. Now gets set to take the snap once again. Takes the snap, handoff to Brantley up the middle, breaks out of a tackle. Jaden Hansen goes low and makes a great stop. Brantley got it past the 15. Gain of about 3 up to the 14 that time for Brantley. Starting tailback for Hiawatha. We'll bring up second down, 7 yards to go. From the 14 with just over 7 minutes to go until we reach the half. It is senior night here in Central City, so there will be some senior night presentations at the halftime break. I will begin by going over my usual halftime routine, and then once they've completed the PA announcement of halftime festivities, I'll get those sheets of paper and have some information for you about our great seniors in the class of 2023. Korb keeps it up the middle for the Hawks. He'll be taken down from behind, shy of the 10, up to about the 11. Not a bad second down gain there for Christopher Korb. It'll bring up third down and short, or third down and medium, I should say. As it'll be third down and about 4 yards to go for the Hawks from the Wildcat 11. As it is finally starting to get dark here in Central City. Of course, we had the 6 o'clock kick, so it was a strange, sunny game to begin this one, despite it being this late in the season. Twin receivers right for the Hawks. Fisher the back, Korb in the shotgun. Korb takes the snap, looking to throw. Now he's in trouble. He'll look to take off. Jukes move, makes a juke move, and he will be close to a first down. I think he's going to have it. Got inside the 10, but they're going to mark him down about a yard short, at least initially. And I think that's how they're going to keep it. They'll call that a gain of 3, up to the 8 for Korb. That makes it 4th down and 2 yards to go. Or excuse me, 4th down and 1 yard to go. They're at the 8. They need the 7. So again, the Wildcats have a big chance to stop them on 4th down. They've already done it twice. But this is a much shorter situation. Norvell outright. Korb in the shotgun. Brantley to his right. Or excuse me, behind him. And Fisher's to his right. 4th down in the yard. Korb with a hard count, trying to get in the jump. Now he stands up, and a timeout is called. Hiawatha calls their first timeout of the ball game. They've got 2 remaining. 5:15 to go in our opening half of football here from Central City. Wildcats leading the Hawks by a score of 22-0. With the timeout, we'll take a chance to give a shout out to Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. Thank you as always to Heartland Bank for their great support of Wildcat Athletics on the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel. Couldn't provide Friday Night Football without their great support. And remember, I'll be back on the call 7 days from now. Postseason play begins. First time since 2018. The Wildcats will be in the postseason. As of now, it's looking like they'll be one of the first teams out of getting a home game and maybe on the road. They're right on that bubble where if something doesn't split their way tonight, they will be on the road, but they will be in action, and I will have the call wherever they go. Receiver out right for the Hawks here on 4th and 1. Korb in the shotgun, Brantley behind him. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, going far sideline. He will have the first down. Gets close to the goal line, pushed out of bounds at about the 5. As Korb does manage to pick up the first down. They're going to spot him, looks like, inside the 5 at about the 3. That's where it'll be first down and goal to go for Hiawatha. Ball is indeed spotted at the 3. That's where it's first and goal. Hawks up to the line. First down and goal, 3 yards away from the end zone. Trips receivers right. Korb in the shotgun. Wegarts, Norvell, and Brantley are the receivers out to the right, with 4 offensive linemen, including a tight end. Snap goes to Korb, dropping back towards the end zone. It's caught by Wegarts, taken down short. Great tackle by Jaden Hansen. He's trying to indicate that he thought he knocked the football away, but the referee says it was a completed pass. And the football came out after the fact, after the tackle was over. There have been some interesting incompletion calls on Wildcat plays so far. But that one is ruled a catch and a fumble that occurred after the fact, so not a true fumble. Gain of 2, second and goal from the 1 after the catch was made by Blake Wegarts. Norvell splits out left. Korb in the shotgun. Brantley behind him. Fisher to his right. They're 3 feet away from the end zone here on second down. Korb taking his time. Points out something defensively, trying to communicate to his team. Now he takes the snap, gives it to Fisher up the middle. He will be close. A second effort might have gotten it, but no, they're going to say he's short. Cooper Fisher, the ball carrier, on second down and goal from the 1, but he is shy of the end zone. No gain for Fisher that time, as they are going to spot the football about inside the 1. Less than a yard to go. Here on 3rd down and goal for Hiawatha. They gained 2 on 1st and goal from the 3. Cooper Fisher had no gain on his 2nd and goal carry. So it is 3rd down, goal to go, just a yard away. They're back up to the line. Norvell splits out left. Korb in the shotgun. Fisher to his right. He's got Brantley behind him. Taking his time. 3.5 minutes and counting to go until the half. Now he takes the snap, gives it to Brantley up the middle, bouncing it outside. He's not going to get in there. Wildcats stop him on 3rd and goal. Might have actually lost a yard that time, did Brantley. And they are going to spot that back at the 2. So on 3rd and goal from the 1, Cole Brantley loses a yard. It'll be 4th down and goal. 4th down, goal to go. 2 yards away are the Hawks. Wildcat defense trying to hold strong here. Hawks are up to the line. 4th and goal from the 2. Trips receivers outright. Korb in the shotgun. 4th and goal from 2 yards away. Takes the snap, looking to throw, scrambling outright. He's in trouble. Gets rid of it back at the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown, but there is a flag. And another play after the end of it as Christopher Korb gets up and flexes his muscles in Arwen Betzer's face. But again, there was a flag. There's 2 flags, in fact, one in the end zone and one at the 15. It was a catch by Lucas Norvell in the back of the end zone, but we'll wait for the call from the official. They're all 5 in there discussing, and now they break up. Still waiting for the call. I think the referee's trying to figure out what the far flag was. Again, 2 separate penalties here. An extended conversation. Now a referee comes and talks to Coach Myers. That conversation is over. Myers doesn't seem happy. I think we might finally get a call here. It'll be targeting against Central City that is declined. Pass interference against Central City. That is declined. So it's a touchdown. So 2 separate penalties against Central City on that play. Both of them are declined. And Hiawatha is on the board. They'll go for 2 here. 22-6 is now our score. Hawks up to the line. Twin receivers right. Brantley and Norvell. Korb in the shotgun. Fisher's an up back. Off to the side. Korb takes the snap. Throw is going to be incomplete, intended for Lucas Norvell. Jaden Hansen and Christopher Greif were there in coverage, and the pass goes incomplete. 2:36 to go until the half. Our score, Central City 22, Hiawatha 6. So Hiawatha that time goes 51 yards on 13 plays, and they end up finding the end zone on 4th and goal. Wildcats put together a great goal line stand, but couldn't hold one more play as Christopher Korb found Lucas Norvell from 2 yards out to get the Hawks on the board. Wildcats still lead at 22-6. They have 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Try to get some more points on the board. They have all 3 timeouts left. Remember, Hiawatha will get the football to begin the second half. They won the toss earlier tonight and elected to defer their choice until the second half. Bryce Overton will set the football on the tee at the 30-yard line for the Hawks. Aiden Klosterman and Lucas Greif are back deep to return for the Wildcats. The Hawks break their huddle, and Overton will march off his steps. Get set to kick it away. Klosterman and Greif are set up at about the 8. Overton kicks it away. It's a short kick. Christopher Greif fields at the 20. Returns up to the 30. Breaks a tackle. Still fighting ahead. Will be taken down just shy of midfield. Christopher Greif refuses to go down. Great return. Christopher Greif, not one of the true return men. He's kind of the first row of blockers, but as he does when he takes a snap and runs the football on offense, he does a great job returning that one. The Wildcats will start 1st and 10. We'll call that their own 38-yard line. So again, good return there by Christopher Greif, and the Wildcats start just shy of midfield. Jaden Hanson and Aiden Closerman are back there to take the snap. We'll see which one does. Lucas Greif is tight to the line of scrimmage on the left. Jaden takes it, spinning, and keeps it himself. Braden Rickles wide open, makes the catch. It's a foot race. 10-5, touchdown, touchdown Wildcats. One play, they go 42 yards to the end zone. Jaden Hanson connects with Braden Rickles. That is just Braden's second touchdown of the season and only his third catch. Remember, Braden missed the first 4 games of the year. He's back, and he makes a touchdown grab to put the Wildcats back on the board. They're back up by 22, in fact, 28-6. So they will go for 2 here. Closerman brothers are back there to take the snap. Aiden on the left, Matthew on the right, Greif the fullback. Snap will go to Matthew. He's going to throw here. Gets it to Aiden Closerman, but it's going to be incomplete. And the 2-point conversion is no good. So 2:18 to go until the half. Our score, Central City 28 and Hiawatha 6. So not too complex in the drive breakdown this time. Wildcats go 42 yards on just one play. Jaden Hanson connects with Braden Rickles for a 42-yard touchdown strike. And the Wildcats lead it 28-6. A couple minutes to go until the half. We'll give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Tell your friends, family, and coworkers about Heartland Bank, and when they open a checking account with us, you'll both receive a special thank you gift. Referring online or on your mobile device is easy. Heartland Bank, a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat Sports. Website where you can do that, hbtbank.com. Again, that is hbtbank.com. Refer a friend, family member, or coworker to Heartland Bank, and if they open a checking account, you'll both receive a special thank you gift from our great supporter, Heartland Bank. So Jaden Hanson will kick off. Cole Brantley's back deep at the 5-2 return for the Hawks. His last return was a very good one. Returned just shy of the 30 from the goal line. Hanson to kick it away. It's a squib kick. Takes a high bounce. It's picked up at the 20-yard line. Returned up past the 25, but he's brought down as Braden Rickles, who just caught the touchdown pass, gets in there to make the play. On the return there was Thomas Butler, 5'5", 155-pound sophomore. Like Christopher Greif, was one of the up men, wasn't a true return man, but got it and gained about 5 yards or so on the return. They'll spot the football at the 24, and that is where Hiawatha starts. 1st and 10 from their own 24. 2:13 to go until the half. They've got 2 timeouts left. Norvell split out right. Corbin the shotgun. He's got Brantley behind him and Fisher to his right. Takes the snap. Hand off to Fisher, going far sideline. Luke Birds drags him down from behind. Might have gained a yard. Not much room that time for Cooper Fisher. As he gets to the 25, and that's all. Gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Hiawatha Hawks, and he stayed in bounds. The clock rolls under 2 minutes to go until the halftime break. Hawks are in no hurry here. Again, they do have 2 timeouts out of their 3 remaining. Cole Brantley splits out right this time. Lucas Norvell out left. Weegarts at the back, standing to the right of Christopher Korb here on 2nd and 9. Korb takes the snap, dropping back, protection's there, gets rid of it across the middle. It's too high and incomplete, as Brantley was the intended receiver, but it was not a catchable football as that one falls to the ground. It'll be 3rd down and 9 from their own 25. Of course, with the incompletion, the clock does stop. 1 minute and 26 seconds to go until the half here from Central City. And the Wildcats lead the Hawks by a score of 28-6. Wildcats 6-1 in the year. They'll begin playoffs next week. Hiawatha 4-2. They conclude their regular season a week from now. Corbin the shotgun, Norvell outright. Brantley the back behind Korb. And Weegarts is to the left. Be a handoff to Weegarts up the middle. He's met right away. Luke Birds drives him back. Looks like Michael Orr trying to take somebody to the bus because he needs to go home. As that'll be a rather small loss thanks to forward progress, but Luke Birds nearly brought him to the goal line. As that time he lost about a yard, did Blake Wegarts. As it'll be fourth down, 10 yards to go from their own 24. The Wildcats called time. They would like to score another touchdown here if they can before the half. Remember, Hiawatha gets it first in the second half. So the Wildcats use a timeout. Lucas Greif jogs back to return the punt here after this timeout concludes. And I believe it is typically Cole Brantley that does the punting for Hiawatha. We'll see if he is the one back there. Or if they do decide to go for it. I've seen stranger things this year. Last week, late in the half, West Central opted to go for it on 3rd and about 6, well inside their own territory, and that didn't work out too well. Does look like the offense is out there, unless the offense is just very similar to their special teams punt formation. And that is the case. As Brantley will punt it away, the long snapper is also the center, Michael Briowski. Lucas Greif back deep to return. First punt of the ball game for either side. That's trouble, nearly blocked, gets it away. Spiraling kick, and he's interfered with. Lucas Greif got on the football. Christopher Korb interfered with him after he called for a fair catch. The Wildcats get on it anyways, so that doesn't do any harm. But could have been a disaster. Instead, the Wildcats will get it 1st and 10 from about their own 28, but a flag did come in, and somebody roughed the kicker. Those are the kind of penalties the Wildcats have got to get cleaned up, as somebody roughed the kicker on 4th and 10. If that was roughing the kicker, it'll be a 15-yard penalty. If it was running into the kicker, that'd be 10 yards. So he's going to march off the yardage. And this was the 15-yard variety. So that'll move the chains. One of those penalties Wildcats have got to clean up if they want to be able to make a run deep into the postseason. Just an unnecessary, silly penalty. And that'll be a 1st down for Hiawatha. They've got new life here. 1st and 10 from their own 39. Just over a minute to go until the half. Korb in the shotgun. Norvell split out right. Brantley's behind him. Wegarts to the right of Korb. Takes the snap. Handoff to Brantley up the middle. He's got some room past midfield. Breaks a tackle. Be taken out of bounds at about the 30. Good tackle by Luke Birds, but it's an even better run by Cole Brantley. And like I said, the Hawks have new life here thanks to an unneeded running into the kicker penalty. They'll spot the football at the 32 into Wildcat territory. It will be 2nd down and short. 2nd down and about a yard to go. Clock stopped because Brantley went out of bounds. A flag comes in. And it's going to be against Hiawatha, I believe. The referee that threw the flag is pointing to the Hiawatha sideline. Again, this had nothing to do with any play, this flag. It was thrown between plays. And now Coach Myers is being asked to come out. Coach Myers is also the athletic director. So it may be something where somebody needs to leave. Just trying to infer what may be going on here. But a flag came in like some 20 seconds after a play. I think somebody's being ejected. The official pointed to the Hiawatha area of the field, either the sideline or beyond that to the bench, or to the seating area, excuse me. And like I said, Coach Myers is also the athletic director here at Central City, so he would be the person you go to if a situation like that were to occur. Extended delay here with 50 seconds to go until the half. 28-6 is our score. And Jason McLaughlin, our Central City principal, has now left the press box. He's going onto the field. He's going to talk with Coach Myers and the official that is trying to direct traffic. And now Max making his way to that far sideline. trying to get some sort of clarity on what the situation is. Max now talking to the head referee. This is just too bad to see. Something completely unrelated to the game of football causing a extended delay. Try to keep an eye on Mac as he goes over to that far side of the field. Now he's talking to another referee. And he's pointing to the crowd, so I think somebody's being told they need to leave. Which is unfortunate considering Hiawatha made the 3.5-hour trip. But Mac is now making his way over to those far bleachers, which is where the Hiawatha fans here tonight are seated. So like I said, just an unfortunate situation you have to see here. They're going to pick up the flag and didn't have anything to do with the kids, so they're not going to assess any penalty yardage. After all that, a second down in the yard from the Wildcat 32. Mac is having a conversation with some folks over there in the Hiawatha bleachers. Hawks have a receiver out right. Corbin the shotgun, backed behind him and to his right. Brantley's behind him. Weegarts is to his right. Takes the snap, handoff up the middle to Brantley. Tries to break out of a tackle. He does, but not for long. Will have the first down, however. Picked up about 2 on 2nd and 1. Gets it up to the 30 where it's 1st and 10. The clock will stop while they move the chains. In fact, the clock won't stop. It's still running. 40 seconds and counting until the half. Hawks are back up there in a hurry. Corbin the shotgun. Norvell's the receiver out right. Nearly fumbles. He's going to take off. Mekhi Benton's there. Brings him down for a loss alongside Matthew Klosterman, but there is a flag. The flag was thrown by the umpire. The official right there in the middle of everything. As of now, it's a loss of about 2 that time on the carry. And it's a chop block against Hiawatha, and Coach Myers gives the indication he would, in fact, like to see that penalty yardage enforced. They'll enforce the penalty from about the 32. I believe that's a 10-yard penalty. It looks like it may, in fact, be a 15-yarder. It's a rather serious penalty, as they will spot it way back there. That is in Hiawatha territory at their own 33 after the penalty. So Hiawatha has first and very long. They have trips receivers right here. It's 1st down and 27 from their own 33. Corbin the shotgun, like I said, trips receivers to the right. Takes the snap, looking to throw, clean pocket, goes down the field. Norvell's open and he drops it. It's incomplete. Norvell couldn't get 2 hands on it and couldn't drag it in with 1 hand. 2nd down and 27 for Hiawatha from their own 33. 9 seconds on the clock before we reach the half. Like I said, it is senior night here in Central City, so the seniors will be recognized at the half. I will begin my halftime coverage by giving you my normal breakdown of games around the area and things of that nature. And then once we get further into things, I'll give you some information about our great seniors in the class of 2023. So 9 seconds to go. Time for maybe 2 plays here for Hiawatha. They have 2 timeouts left. Trips receivers right. Corb takes the snap. Pressure's there. Gets rid of it. It's incomplete. Blake Weegarts was there. Couldn't make the catch. Was thrown slightly behind him. And the ball falls to the ground. It'll be 3rd down, 27 yards to go for Central City. Or for Hiawatha, excuse me. They have it at their own 33-yard line. Again, just 5 seconds. If they're very quick like that last play, they could potentially get 2 plays in, especially with those 2 timeouts left. The Hawks have trips receivers right, Brantley, Norvell, and Weegarts. Corbin the shotgun. Corb takes the snap, dropping back. Benton's there. He's in the backfield, breaks out of the sack. Now he's one-on-one with Matthew Klosterman. Now he's going to take off. Gets it past midfield before Mekhi Benton brings him to the ground alongside Aiden Klosterman. And that should bring us to the half as Christopher Korb gets a decent gain past midfield up to about the 37. But there is no more time left on the clock. And that'll be how we go to the halftime break. We've played 2 quarters of football here from Central City. Our score, Wildcats 28, the Hiawatha Hawks 6. Quickly going to put that score into the chat here on YouTube for anybody that joins us a bit late. Wildcats, against a very solid Hiawatha ball club, play a very nice first half. And they lead this one by a few touchdowns at 28-6. So while we're at the halftime break, I'll go ahead and take a look at what went down in our opening half of football here tonight. Looking at a drive-by-drive breakdown, Wildcats lost the coin toss. Hiawatha elected to defer their choice to the second half, so the Wildcats got it first. Central City went 54 yards on 5 plays and scored a touchdown. Then Hiawatha got it. They went 5 yards on 6 plays, turned it over on downs. Wildcats went right back at it. 35 yards on 7 plays for a touchdown. Then into the second quarter, Hiawatha put together a great drive, 56 yards on a dozen plays, but came up short and turned it over on downs. Wildcats then went 64 yards on 4 plays and scored a touchdown. Again, an extended drive by Hiawatha, 51 yards on 13 plays, and they scored their first and only touchdown so far. And the Wildcats came right back, 42 yards on just 1 breakaway pass play for a touchdown, and the Hawks ran out of time going down the field, going into the half. So here's a look at the numbers from our opening half. First for Hiawatha, Christopher Cord was 4 of 11 passing the football, 27 yards and a touchdown. Lucas Norvell caught 3 passes, 25 yards, and he had that touchdown reception. And Blake Wiegarts caught the other pass. That went for a gain of 2. On the ground, Christopher Cord, 15 carries for 70 yards. Cole Brantley ran it 9 times for 27 yards. Cooper Fisher, 3 carries for 9 yards, and Blake Wiegarts ran it once, and he lost a yard. For Central City, Jaden Hansen was 5 of 7 in the opening half, 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. Braden Rickles caught 1 pass for 42 yards and a touchdown, just his 3rd catch of the season and just his 2nd touchdown. Lucas Greif caught 2 passes, 24 yards and a touchdown. Matthew Klosterman caught 1 pass for 17 yards, and Aiden Klosterman 1 catch for a gain of 5. And on the ground, Matthew Klosterman 1 carry for 47 yards. Great average for Matthew in that first half, averaging 47 yards a carry. Aiden Klosterman, 6 carries for 23 yards and a touchdown, his 13th rushing score of the year. Jaden Hansen ran it twice for 11 yards and a touchdown. Lucas Greif, 1 carry for 9 yards, and Christopher Greif, 1 carry for a gain of 5. So there's a look at your first half statistics, the drive-by-drive recap, and all that good stuff. Most important stat up on the board, Wildcats leading the Hawks on the scoreboard by a score of 28-6. Currently all of our great seniors being recognized on the track. Football's up first. Arwen Betzer, Luke Birds, Lucas Greif, David Munyakazi, Colton Nowadsky are already down there. Braden Rickles, who caught the touchdown pass in the first half, making his way down the track at the moment. As I said, here in a little while, I'll have some further information about our great seniors. Of course, great to recognize the hard work put in by these gentlemen over the course of several years they've been in this program. Want to wish them nothing but the best here on senior night. And we have one more senior. That's Marcus Shellhorn making his way down to midfield. Of course, pretty much everybody out here a multi-sport athlete. So being recognized for all their athletic achievements and their activities outside of sports. Big congratulations to all of the folks being recognized here at the halftime break for senior night. And as I said, some games going on around the district, but of course with our 6 o'clock start time, it's just 10 after 7 here at the half, so not sure how much I'll be able to tell you. You can probably check in on Easton Valley. They're hosting Key in a pretty unimportant matchup and one that I'm sure Easton Valley will dominate. They are live streaming. Interestingly enough, it is a tie ball game there nearly halfway through the opening quarter. Key and Easton Valley knotted up at 6, but the Riverhawks are driving. And in fact, they just scored another touchdown right as I tuned in, it looks like. Interesting to some. Very curious to see how Key scored. And it was just a straight up touchdown. Very interesting. So Key, who we shut out, they were shut out by Edco last week, and they actually had a guard that was eligible to go down the field. And one of their offensive guards made the touchdown catch. That's how Key got on the board. Don't expect that one to stay close here for too long. And the other big one in Wyoming, the big game in District 5 this week. Midland is hosting Edgewood Colesburg, and that one's pretty straightforward. The winner is in the playoffs. The loser will have to hope they get one of those at-large bids. I would not expect an update from that game anytime soon, but if I see anything, I'll chime in with it here throughout the broadcast. But it is just 10 minutes past 7. So other games that started at the regularly scheduled 7 o'clock are just getting underway. Of course, we started here at 6 o'clock tonight, primarily because of the very long trip that was required of Hiawatha to get out here and compete in this ball game here tonight. Do want to give a big thank you to Hiawatha for making the trip out here and helping us complete our schedule, giving these young boys and girls a great senior night. Our second to last home football game was way back in week 5 on September 23rd when we had homecoming against Easton Valley, so certainly thankful we were able to have this senior night ball game, and can't say thank you enough to Hiawatha for working with us to make sure that happened. So let's take a look at what's happened so far this season for both teams. The Wildcats 6-1, on their way to moving to 7-1 if they can play a good second half. They beat Lone Tree on opening day 44-21, went to Key and won 48-0. Hosted Edco and took down the Vikings 38-12, went to Wyoming and beat Midland 44-20. They hosted 4th-ranked Easton Valley for homecoming and fell 49-6. They've bounced back well, went to Springville and took back the Tractor Bowl trophy 65-13, and went to West Central last week and took down the Blue Devils 68-24. Of course, concluding the regular season here tonight against Hiawatha. And then next Friday night, we'll be about 15 minutes into that ball game, exactly 7 days from now. That will be the playoff game. Wildcats in the playoffs for the first time since I was a junior in high school. 2018 is the last time that happened. Wildcats back in there, and we'll know more information about who they're playing at midnight tonight. That should be when those matchups are announced. I'll be paying close attention. I'll be up. So if you want an update there, I'm on Twitter at DWAR1314. That's DWARR1314. If you want to get that immediate update, I'll be keeping an eye on that. Otherwise, I'm sure it'll be all over the Central City Facebook page no later than tomorrow morning. You can check out Coach Myers' official Central City's Athletics Twitter page at Matt Myers. That's also a great option to keep up to date on Wildcat activities. So again, those should come out around midnight tonight when the clock strikes and turns to Saturday the 15th. And we'll have the update for you as soon as we get it. Taking a look at our opponent here tonight, Hiawatha. They've had a nice season. Opened their year against Christian Life Keith Country Day, won 66-24. Then went on the road to Ashton Franklin Center and won 66-38. Hosted Orangeville and won 60-40. Suffered their first loss against Polo, 44-32. And then they went to Amboy Lamoille, Ohio, and lost 26-12. And then last week hosted South Beloit and won 60-20. They're here in Central City tonight, and next week they will conclude their regular season at Alden Hebron Our Lady of the Sacred Heart Academy. So Hiawatha 4-2 entering tonight's ball game. Wildcats 6-1. Central City trying to secure a 7-1 finish as they go into postseason play next Friday night. And speaking of postseason play, our volleyball girls are well into postseason play. They competed in Edgewood last night at the Edgewood-Colesburg hosted portion of the Tri-Rivers Conference Tournament. The way the Tri-Rivers does it, on Thursday you play with 4 teams at one location, and the top 2 of those, there's 4 total locations, the top 2 move on to championship Saturday. And the Wildcats did manage to move on. They were upset in the first game by Maquoketa Valley, 2-1, 14-21, 21-11, 13-15. But they bounced back to win in straight sets the rest of the way. Took down East Buchanan 21-13, 21-10, and took down a team that they lost to earlier this year. Back on September 29th, Edgewood-Colesburg, the host, they won in straight sets 21-18, 21-19. So Central City has qualified for the Saturday championship portion of the volleyball season. They will be hosting that, in fact, this season. They're fortunate enough to get the nod to host that this year. And they will be playing at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, taking on a very talented North Cedar Ball Club, one of the newest addition to the Tri-Rivers Conference. We haven't seen them in regular season play. We did meet them at a tournament, I believe. See if I'm correct on that thought, and we did. We won 2-1 in a tight ball game, 21-19, 10-21, 15-5. So that'll be our first round matchup, and then we go from there. If I remember correctly, we are on the opposite end of the bracket than Springville, but that's certainly the team to beat. North Cedar is a sneaky good team, beat Springville at a tournament earlier this year. So we certainly have a very formidable opponent in front of us, but we do fortunately have that home field advantage. And then the winner-go-home portion of the postseason begins this coming Monday, October 17th at 7 o'clock. The Wildcats will host Lone Tree. If they win that one, they host again. That would be against the winner of Highland and Tri-County. And then if they win that, they move on to play, barring a massive upset, they would go to Springville and take on the Orioles. Springville, the top-ranked team in Class 1A. That would be scheduled for Monday, October 24th. So there is a look at what your volleyball team has coming up. Want to wish nothing but the best to our volleyball girls, and Cindy McCarthy will have the call for all the volleyball action in the postseason coming up. She'll be there when they play Lone Tree on the 17th. If they win that, she'll be there for the ball game on the 19th. And then a short trip over to Springville awaits us if we win those first 2. We'll have coverage for you here on Wildcat Sports, so stay tuned to that as we go throughout the postseason. About 6.5 minutes on the halftime clock here in Central City. Again, David Warrington here with you. Hiawatha out of Kirkland, Illinois, the opponent here tonight. And Central City has had their way with Hiawatha so far. They lead at 28-6. Marching band currently on the field, giving a halftime performance. As the Wildcats will look to come out, get a stop to begin the third quarter. And hopefully they'll be able to cruise from there without too much drama. But this is, like I said, a talented Hiawatha ball club, so nothing will be handed to the Wildcats, as they'll have to play well here the rest of the way to make sure Hiawatha doesn't try to sneak back into this one down the stretch. I do have an official bracket here pulled up in front of me that I just happened to find on social media, so here is the official look at the bracket. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., it'll be the top-seeded team from the East Lisbon taking on the West fourth-seeded North Lynn. Remember, we are in the West portion of the Tri-Rivers Conference. And also at 10, it'll be the East third-seeded Calamus Wheatland taking on the West second-seeded Edgewood-Colesburg Vikings. And then at 11, the East second-seeded North Cedar Knights will take on your West third-seeded Central City Wildcats. And simultaneously, it'll be the East fourth-seeded Prince of Peace Irish taking on the West top-seeded Springville Orioles. If we take down North Cedar, barring a big upset, it would be Springville awaiting us. On the other side of the bracket, assuming Lisbon doesn't get upset, they would have the winner of Callaway-Edco. Those semifinal games are scheduled for 1 o'clock. And the championship would be scheduled for 2:15. All of that takes place tomorrow morning into the early afternoon in the main gym here in Central City. If things hold the form, we'd have a big-time East versus West matchup between Springville and Lisbon in the championship. But there's certainly some teams that are looking to play spoiler in there. As I mentioned, North Cedar's already got a win over Springville this year. They could meet up in the semifinals, but Central City hopefully can take care of business and try to be the spoiler for Springville there in that second round. Certainly want to wish the best of luck to our volleyball team as they get set for the Saturday portion, the championship Saturday portion, that is, of their volleyball tournament in the Tri-Rivers Conference. Certainly looking forward to seeing how they can perform and see how far they can go. So Hiawatha's back on the sideline. The Central City Marching Band is still out there. As they're performing here at the half. I bet you can't guess who scored first in Key, Easton Valley. Key? They had the guard eligible on the pass play and caught a touchdown. Awesome. I tuned in at 6-6.
I'm going to go tell her. Yeah.
I know. Here, I need that. All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. Went ahead and got some information about all those great seniors, so I can bring you some info here as we have about 1:40 on the clock, but that's not including the stretch period. First of all, Arwen Betzer, the son of Carol and Chris Betzer, involved in football for 4 years, track for 4 years, and robotics for 2 years. And Arwen's not quite sure what he wants to do yet, but definitely something with computers. Luke Birds is the son of Tracy and Jeremy Birds, involved in wrestling for 4 years, football for 4 years, and FFA for 4 years. Favorite memory is being part of the teams and hanging out with the guys. Plans after graduation, going into a diesel mechanic or ag mechanic. Lucas Greif, the son of Kathy and Mark Greif, involved in football for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, and baseball for 5 years. Favorite memory is doing the hokey pokey after a win. The Wildcats do the hokey pokey in the locker room every time they win a ball game, which they've done plenty of times this year. And Lucas's future plans are to go to Kirkwood and do something with ag or entering the workforce. Again, something related to the ag field. David Munyakazi is the son of Patrick and Mamina Munyakazi. He's involved in football for 2 years, basketball for 2 years, baseball for 2 years, marching band for 3 years, jazz choir for 2 years, jazz band for 2 years, National Honor Society in 3 years, and student council for 2 years. David was also Homecoming King 2022. David's favorite memory is working together with his many teammates across different activities, doing things he loves and getting better and having fun performing. Colton Nowadsky is the son of Judy and Spencer Nowadsky. His his activities are football for 4 years, baseball for 3 years, track for 3 years, basketball for 1 year, and FFA for 4 years. Colton's favorite memory is also doing the hokey pokey in the locker room after wins, and his future plans are to attend Kirkwood for a degree in criminal justice. Braden Rickles had the touchdown catch earlier in this ballgame, as did Lucas Greif, who I got to a minute ago. Braden, the son of Brent Rickles and Megan Cascone, Been involved in football for 4 years, basketball for 3 years, and track for 3 years. Was second team all-district last football season. Favorite memory is having concerts on the bus after winning away games. His future plans are to attend Kirkwood's Auto Tech program. Marcus Shellhorn, the final football senior, the son of Tracy and Tim Shellhorn, has been involved with football for 4 years and basketball for 4 years. His also favorite memory is the bus rides with music and concerts after wins, and his future plans are undecided. William Nicaro is the son of Annette and Tony Nicaro, involved in marching band for 2 years, jazz band for 2 years, choir for 2 years, on that note, jazz ensemble, concert orchestra for 4 years, symphonic orchestra for 2 years, Iowa Metropolitan Orchestra for 1 year, and chamber orchestra for 1 year. Favorite memory is probably marching band, he said. Remember waking up every morning making fun of our lovely band instructor, Mr. Morey, early in the morning. Future plans are to go to a 4-year college and a bachelor's degree in audio engineering and music production. Michaela Brown is the daughter of Bonnie and Brian Brown, my apologies. Involved in volleyball for 3 years, dance for 2 years, and NHS for 2 years. Favorite memory is going to state last year and walking around Des Moines trying to find something to eat. And future plans are to go to Kirkwood to be in the registered nursing program for 2 years and then transfer to Iowa to acquire her bachelor's in science and nursing degree. And last but most certainly not least, Madison Forsyth. Madison, the daughter of Tony and Alexis Aris, involved in 1 year of National Honor Society, 1 year of Student Council, 1 year of softball, 2 years of track, 3 years of volleyball, and 3 years of dance. Favorite memory of dance is going to state each year and getting to perform with my team in front of so many people. Madison's future plans are to attend the Kirkwood Nursing Program to obtain her RN and then transfer to the University of Iowa to specialize in pediatrics. Sounds like Madison and Michaela are very much on the same page in their future professions and their plans. Nothing but the best wishes go to all of those great seniors graduating here in the class of 2023. Want to wish them all the best as they go through their future endeavors and conclude their senior years here as we're all of a sudden getting through the better portion of the fall semester. I'm a senior at the University of Northern Iowa this year, and it's really sneaking up on everybody, I'm sure, and certainly for me, how fast this thing's going. So definitely want to wish nothing but the best to all those seniors. And again, big thank you to Hiawatha for helping make this senior night possible. We couldn't have done it without them. To give our kids an opportunity to play a final regular season ball game in front of their home fans. Of course, we are still hoping we get one of those home playoff games next week, but unless something rolls our way, it looks like we're going to be one of the first teams out as of now. So both teams are back out there as we get set to begin our third quarter of football. Wildcats will kick off right to left. Jaden Hansen setting the football on the tee. And Cole Brantley is back deep to return for Hiawatha. He's set up at about the 3. As I said, Wildcats kicking right to left. Hawks will return left to right. Jaden Hansen has the ball teed up. 12 minutes are on the clock. It is time for second half football here from Central City. Wildcats up 28-6. They'll look to extend that here in the second half. Hansen sends it away. It's a squib kick, takes a high bounce. Awkward bounce, but picked up at the 25, returned up to the 30 before he's taken down. That was Brett Ross, a 5'8", 165-pound senior that was called on to return that squib kick. Fielded it at about the 25, returns it to the 30 or so. And they will spot it right at the 30. That's where Hiawatha will begin. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line as we get our second half going here from Central City. Hawks up to the line. Norvell split out left. Corbin the shotgun. Brantley behind him. Believe that is Fisher to his left. That it is. Corb takes the snap, keeps it himself. It's an option play. He will not pitch it. Now he will pitch it. It's on the ground, and I think Corb got on it. Corb decided a little too late to try to pitch it, but they avoid disaster as Corb fell on it. They'll gain about a yard or two, will the Hawks. They'll spot that at the 31. We'll call it a gain of 1 on first down. 2nd down and 9 for the Hawks from their own 31-yard line. 2nd down in the short 9 or a long 8, however you want to look at it. Norvell split out right. Corbin the shotgun. Fisher to his right. Brantley's the back behind him. Nearly a minute into our second half, excuse me. Korb takes the snap, gives to Brantley up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets past the 35, keeps his feet, going towards midfield. He's going to be close to a first down. Initially, it appears they're going to spot him about a yard short of the line to gain. But now they begin to move the chains. Waiting on an official indication, but they shouldn't be moving the chains because they are short. A coach along that far sideline does tell him to move the chains, but the referee says to stay put. Whole lot of confusion, but it was a gain of 8, so it's third down in the yard from their own 39. Korb in the shotgun, Norvell's the receiver out right. Brantley's the tailback. Korb takes the snap, give to Brantley up the middle, first down, but not much more. He's taken down shortly thereafter. Mekhi Benton comes in from behind and takes him down. That should be enough for the first down. Just gained a yard, but that's all they needed. Might have gained 2. They will spot that at the 39-yard line across midfield. So Hiawatha has first and 10 from the Wildcat 39. Cole Brantley picks up 2 yards on 3rd and 1. That results in the first down. Hawks up to the line. Norvell split out right. Korb in the shotgun. He's got Brantley behind him and Fisher to his right. Takes the snap, hand off to Brantley up the middle. Finds some room past the 35 before he's taken down from behind. Again, some good running by Cole Brantley. They'll spot it past the 35 up to the 33. That'll be a gain of 6 on first down. Second down and 4 upcoming for the Hawks. So far in this ball game, Cole Brantley, 12 carries, 43 yards. Christopher Korb has led the way, 16 carries for 71 yards for the Hawks. Hawks split a receiver out right, Korb in the shotgun. Again, Brantley is lined up behind him here on 2nd and 4. Korb taking his time, now stands up, reassesses the situation. Now he takes the snap, gives to Brantley up the middle, tries to bounce it outside. He will be taken down close to the first down marker. The official says he stayed in and tells the clock to continue running. Looks like that will be just shy of a first down. The marker says first, but I think they're going to switch that. It was a gain of 3. It should be third down in the yard from the 30-yard line. Arwin Betzer coming off, may have been injured on that previous play. He's holding his wrist funny. Hawks 3rd and 1 from the 30. Receiver out right, that's Norvell. Korb in the shotgun. Brantley the tailback. Fisher the other back to his right. He spins and keeps it himself. He will have the first down, but not by much, as Jaden Hansen came in and made a tough tackle. But Christopher Korb just needed a yard, and I think that's what he got. So Korb picks up a yard on 3rd down and 1, moves the chains, 1st and 10 for Hiawatha from the Wildcat 29. 8.5 minutes on the clock here in our 3rd quarter. Clock does run now after they've moved the chains. Hawks come up to the line. A receiver to either side this time. Brantley left, Norvell right. Korb in the shotgun, and he's got Fisher to his right. Korb takes the snap, gives to Fisher up the middle, has some running room for a moment, but Dayton Price closes that quickly. Fisher did get a decent gain up to about the 35, or 25, excuse me. They'll call that the 26-yard line, it appears. Gained about 4. We'll call it 2nd down and a long 6 yards to go. Christopher Korb, the quarterback for Hiawatha, jogs in with the play call. And the Hawks up to the line. Twin receivers left, Norvell and Brantley. Korb in the shotgun, Fisher's behind him, and there's 4 offensive linemen. 2nd down and 6. Korb takes the snap, looking to throw. Looking end zone. He's got a man. It's caught. Nolan Gates has to turn and try to make the play. Brings him out of bounds. But Cole Brantley made the catch. And that will set up 1st down and goal up to about the 7. Hawks threatening to score on their first possession of the second half, as Brantley was on the reception that time. We'll call that the 7. So a pickup of 18 yards there. 1st and goal. 7 yards away from the end zone. for Hiawatha. They trail 28-6. Wildcats on top. Hawks trying to get back into this one in the second half. Twin receivers right here. Brantley and Norvell. Corbin the shotgun. Fisher to his right. Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Corb keeps it himself. Bounces it outside. Near sideline. Past the 5. Dives for the pylon. He's in there. Christopher Korb runs it into the end zone. And the Hawks are back on the board. Christopher Korb brings it outside. Goes 7 yards. And he's into the end zone. Hiawatha gets their second touchdown of the ball game. They'll try to get within 14 on this 2-point conversion attempt with 6:40 to go until the end of the third. Hawks break the huddle. Twin receivers right. Korb in the shotgun with Wiegarts to his right. Hawks going for 2 here. Snap goes to Korb, dropping back, looking to throw. Gets rid of it. Swing pass out to Wiegarts, but he's going to be met and brought down for a loss. 2-point conversion is no good, as that was Matthew Klosterman makes the big play and helps him up after the fact. The 2-point conversion, no good. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Central City still on top of Hiawatha by a score of 28-12. So a nice solid drive by Hiawatha there to begin the second half. They go 50 yards on 9 plays, methodical, taking their time. Took several minutes off the clock. Over 5 minutes come off. And it's capped off by a 7-yard touchdown run by Christopher Korb. He's got 18 carries for 79 yards and a touchdown so far in this ball game. Bryce Overton is out there to kick it away for the Hawks. Aiden Klosterman and Lucas Greif are back deep to return, set up around the 10-yard line. Overton sets it on the tee. He will kick it away left to right from the 30. The Hawks break their huddle and spread across the width of the field. And Overton will send it away. Overton with the kickoff. It is a spinning kick. It'll be fielded by Lucas Greif at the 15. Juke move, but he's taken down just past the 15, excuse me. As Central City will start, first down and 10. We'll see where they spot the football. Wasn't much of a chance for Lucas to return that time. They're going to spot it at about the 17-yard line, give or take. And we will call that the 17, where the Wildcats take over first and 10. 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter here. Wildcats on top, 28-12. Hansen and Klosterman, that's Aiden, are back there to take the snap. Lucas Greif tight to the line of scrimmage on the left. Goes to Aiden Klosterman, gets some good blocking, finds a hole. He's past the 40, 35-30. It's a foot race, and nobody's going to get him. Aiden Klosterman takes it to the end zone on the first play of the possession. Wildcats extend their lead. But there is a flag. There is a flag back at the 34. And this may be coming back. Waiting for a call. The flag is near the Hiawatha sideline. They haven't moved the players back yet. The head linesman is having a discussion with the referee. Now here comes the call. Sideline infraction is the call, but the touchdown is good. The touchdown stands, and a sideline infraction, I believe, went against Hiawatha. So Aiden Klosterman goes 63 yards to the end zone, and the Wildcats extend their lead. They will go for the 2-point conversion. Jaden Hansen takes the play call from Coach Myers and jogs out there. Makai Benton also comes in to replace Colton Nowadsky. Wildcats break the huddle. They'll try the 2-point conversion from 3 yards out. Hansen in the shotgun. Trips receivers, bunch to the right. Aiden Klosterman, Lucas Greif, and Braden Rickles in there. Hansen keeps it up the middle, and he will plunge over the goal line, keeps his feet, in fact. And the 2-point conversion is good. 6:24 to go in the third quarter. Central City leads Hiawatha by a score of 36-12. So the Wildcats are making it pretty easy for me on these drive breakdowns. They go 63 yards on just one play. Aiden Klosterman does the work for Central City on that possession. And they extend their lead. It is now 36-12 is the score. And the Wildcats, after allowing a touchdown to Hiawatha on the first possession of the second half to get it back within 2 scores, quickly do something about that and put another touchdown on the board. Jaden Hansen will kick it away right to left. He's bringing the tee out to midfield, in the middle of the field, to the 30-yard line, I should say. And Cole Brantley is back deep to return for Hiawatha. Lucas Norvell and Blake Wiegarts are 10 yards in front of him at about the 15. Brett Ross and Thomas Butler 5 yards in front of them at the 25, with 3 guys at about midfield. Hansen to kick it away. It's a squib kick. It's going to be fielded by Wiegarts. No, it's still loose, and Norvell just falls on it. And Matthew Klosterman and Lucas Greif, both to avoid getting a penalty, hop over him to make sure they didn't hit him after the whistle. So Lucas Norvell falls on it, no return. And the Hawks will take over, 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line. So Hiawatha's offense has been able to do something their last couple of possessions, working it slowly and methodically down the field. It's been the defense that the Wildcats have been able to exploit and get some long touchdowns on these last few possessions. Hawks split Norvell out left. Corbin the shotgun. Brantley behind him. Fisher to his left. Takes the snap. Handoff to Brantley up the middle. Bounces it outside. Brandon Hennick's there. He can't make the tackle, but Matthew Klosterman can with the assistance of Braxton Davis. Lucas Greif goes down awkwardly at the end of the play, but he's helped up, and he isn't even walking gingerly, so he's all right. Cole Brantley finds some yardage on that play, but not too much. Gets past the 20 to the 21 for a gain of 3. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Clock continues to roll. Under 6 minutes to go until the end of the third. Norvell splits out left. Corbin the shotgun. Fisher to his left. He's got Brantley behind him as the tailback. Now the tight end, Matthew Block, moves from the right to the left. Snap goes to Corb. It's an option play. He will pitch it backwards to Brantley. Gets past the 25. He'll be taken down short of the 1st down, but not by much. Not a bad carry there by Brantley. He took the pitch from Corb on the option play. Gets it past the 25, close to the 27. That's where it'll be 3rd down and a yard to go for Hiawatha from their own 27-yard line. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Central City leading the Hawks of Hiawatha 36-12. Hawks up to the line. 3rd and 1 from their own 27. Norvell split out right. Corbin the shotgun. Brantley behind him. Fisher to his left with 4 offensive linemen. Wildcats really stacking the box. Goes to Corb. Up the middle to Brantley. He'll have the 1st down. Now he's got some room. Makes a juke move past the 40. Past the 30. Brandon Hennick's there. Can he bring him down? He can inside the 20. But Cole Brantley gets a very nice gain for Hiawatha. Up past the Wildcat 20 to about the 18. A breakaway run. And the Hawks have a 1st down. Gain of 35 from Cole Brantley on that carry. First and 10, Hiawatha from the Wildcat 18. Receiver split out left. Again, it's Norvell. Corbin the shotgun. Brantley behind him. They give it to Brantley again up the middle, trying to find some room, but that one doesn't open up nearly as much. He'll gain a couple, but that's it. Luke Birds, Makai Benson in on the stop, alongside Braxton Davis, the nose guard, who scored that touchdown last week after Luke Birds blocked a punt. Gain of 2 from Brantley. That'll set up 2nd down and 8 from the 16. Hawks back up to the line. They've got 2 receivers now, 1 to either side. Wiegarts on the left, Norvell on the right. Fisher in the shotgun, Corbin the shotgun. He's got Fisher to his left. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, does Corb, finds a hole, gets up past the 10, makes a juke move, fighting ahead. He's going to be close, waiting for a call. He's into the end zone. Christopher Corb goes 16 yards and scores his second rushing touchdown of the ball game. So the Hawks get back on the board. This one's turning into a shootout so far in this second half, and including late in the first half. The Hawks will go for two. They're 0 for 2 on two-point conversion attempts so far in this game. Hawks up to the line. Twin receivers left. Weegarts and Norvell. Corbin the shotgun. Fisher to his left. Brantley not in the ball game at the moment. Snap will go to Korb. Keeps it up the middle. Breaks a tackle. He's across the goal line. And the two-point conversion is good. 3:26 to play in the third quarter. Our score, Central City 36, Hiawatha 20. So that time the Hawks go 62 yards on 5 plays. Cole Brantley had the breakaway 35-yard run. And the drive was finished off by a 16-yard touchdown scamper by the quarterback, Christopher Korb. So the Wildcats still on top, 36-20. But it seems this Hiawatha offense has found something of an answer for this Central City defense after they were shut out until late in the second quarter. Aiden Klosterman is not going to go back deep. They're bringing out a hands team. Arwen Betzer is going to be the one-man back deep in case they don't give an onside kick, but they're assuming they're going to try it, as it is a hands team up there for Central City. Bryce Overton sets the football on the tee. Arwen Betzer stands at about the 8. Everybody else is within 13 yards of midfield. Overton has a hand in the air, comes up to the football. It's not an onside kick. It's sent away. Somebody was clearly over the ball. Betzer picks it up at the 5, returns to the 10, 15, going to the 20. He's taken down at about the 25-yard line. Arwen Betzer is not usually in a situation to return the football. Was there and does a nice job. Returns it from about the 5 up to the 25, which is where the Wildcats will start. First down and 10 here in the later stages of our third quarter. First and 10, Central City from their own 25. They lead this ball game 36-20. They've scored on their last 2 offensive plays. Klosterman brothers are back there. Matthew and Aiden left to right respectively. Greif the fullback. Goes to Matthew, spins, keeps up the middle. Breaks off one tackle, trying to fight ahead, but he's taken down. Gained about 3, did Matthew that time. As they're going to spot that at the 28-yard line. Correction, call it 27, so a gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8 for Central City. So far in this ball game, Matthew Klosterman, 2 carries for 49 yards. Aiden Klosterman, 7 carries, 86 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Klosterman brothers are back there. Snap goes to Aiden this time. Using his blocks, bounces off a tackle, and he's taken down past the 30. Shy of the 35. They'll spot him down at about the 32-yard line, so a gain of 5 on second down by Aiden Klosterman. Third down, a long 3 yards to go for Central City from their own 32. Matthew Klosterman jogs in with the play call. Jaden Hansen still on the sideline, as is Makai Benton as they go with this run-heavy formation. Both Klostermans do have 1 touchdown pass in the air, but they primarily run the football. Christopher Greif, the fullback, takes the snap. He'll have the first down, fighting ahead. He's going to keep going to about midfield. And just like we always see from Christopher Greif, he will not be taken down on first, second, or third contact. Keeps churning those legs and gets a first down past midfield for Central City. Up to the Hiawatha 39-yard line. 1:45 to go in this third quarter, and I think Coach Myers is just trying to control the clock and lose some time here. Klosterman brothers are back there again. Goes to Aiden, bouncing around, gets past the 35 before he's dragged down from behind by Fisher. Cooper Fisher makes the stop that time, but still a good run by Aiden. Gets past the 35-yard line. We'll call that the 33. So a gain of 6 sets up second down and 4 into Hiawatha territory at the 33-yard line. Klosterman brothers back there again. Snap goes to Matthew, spins, keeps up the middle, past the 30, and he's going to be taken down, more than enough for a first down, past the 25. Good running by the Klosterman brothers. They're going to spot that at the 23. We'll call that a gain of 10 for Matthew. Continues his very impressive sophomore season. Clock rolls now with 45 seconds to go until the end of the third. As Jaden Hansen's back into the ball game, he'll run into the huddle with the play call. Wildcats 1st and 10 from the 23. Lucas Greif splits out left. Aiden Klosterman and Jaden Hansen are back there to take the snap. This one goes to Jaden, spins, keeps up the middle, past the 20, breaks a tackle, taken down inside the 15. That should be just shy of a first down. And it will likely be our final play of the third quarter. They spot him down at the 14. That's a gain of 9 on first down, sets up second down and 1. The Wildcats are making their way over to the sideline, 5 seconds on the clock. That will do it for our third quarter here from Central City. We've played 3, and Central City leads Hiawatha by a score of 36-20. Wildcat defense allows a couple of touchdowns in that third quarter, but they also score one and are driving their way down the field. They'll look to control things here the rest of the way. So here at the end of the third quarter, I have to give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. Let's take a look at some of our stats through 3 quarters. For Central City, Jaden Hansen's 5 of 7 for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. Braden Rickles, 1 catch, 42 yards and a touchdown. Lucas Greif caught 2 for 24 yards and a score. Matthew Klosterman, 1 catch for 17 yards, and Aiden Klosterman, 1 catch for 5 yards. Aiden Klosterman's been the top rusher for Central City, 9 carries, 97 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Christopher Korb's been the top rusher for Hiawatha, 19 carries, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Cole Brantley close behind, 17 carries for 92 yards. Both teams are back out there. Wildcats have 2nd and 1 from the Hiawatha 14. Lucas Greif split out left. Aiden Klosterman and Jaden Hansen in the backfield. Greif comes in motion left to right. Klosterman fakes the jet sweep, keeps it up the middle, gets past the 10, taken down. That will be enough for a first down. And 1st and goal is upcoming for Central City. They're going to spot that at the 9, so a gain of 5 by Aiden. Sets up 1st down and goal to go. The clock stops for the chains to be moved, although technically you don't need to move the chains with the goal to go situation, but nonetheless stop the clock for the down operator to move his stick, and now clock is rolling to 11:30 to go in the ball game. Lucas Greif split out right. Jaden Hansen, Aiden Klosterman back there. Greif comes in motion right to left this time. This time they fake the jet sweep again. Aiden up the middle, breaks the tackle, dives to the pylon. He's got to be in there, and he is. The ball came loose, but he's into the end zone first, and it's a touchdown, and a flag comes in late, but it was away from the play. The touchdown will score. Makai Benton and Braden Ross got mixed up, so that was the flag, but the touchdown should certainly stand. There's no reason that would come off the board, as the flag came in after the conclusion of the play. If anything, it would go on the kickoff. Not sure who the guilty party was, as Benton and Ross were both mixing it up with one another. The umpires discussing with the head referee. Keegan, you should comment "Go Cats" more often, because next play after you commented that, the Wildcats find the end zone. The officials having a lengthy discussion. Can't imagine a situation where this touchdown comes off the board, and they are setting it up for the conversion. So here comes the call from the referee. Personal foul against Hiawatha. That's what I thought. It looked like Braden Ross was the aggressor there. So they will go for 2. Touchdown is good. Aiden Klosterman brings it 9 yards into the end zone. That is Aiden's 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. That adds to his total on the year. He's got 15 this season. We knew he was going to be a big-time player for the Wildcats, and he's done so. So Wildcats will go for 2. A couple of comments here. Go Hawks from Kirsten McPeak and Ryan Severson. Kirsten and Ryan, thanks for tuning in, guys. Glad I could provide you with some coverage of Hiawatha football here tonight, knowing how far you guys had to travel. Got another delay here. Just trying to clear everything up. Aiden Klosterman and Matthew Klosterman are back there. Christopher Greif, the fullback, goes to Matthew, up the middle, and he's going to be untouched into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. Aiden Klosterman scores a touchdown. Little brother Matthew adds the conversion. Everyone's kind of mingling out there on the field for a little while, so thought there might be a flag, but there is not. 2-point conversion good. 11-13 to go in the ball game. Central City 44, Hiawatha 20. More than happy to provide the broadcast, Ryan. Thanks for listening in once again. So Wildcats this time go 55 yards on 8 plays, and it ends up with Aiden Klosterman scoring his 3rd touchdown of the night from 9 yards out. The Wildcats lead it 44-20, once again is the score. The Hawks take the field first for the ensuing kickoff. They've had Cole Brantley back deep to return pretty much all night. Looks like might not actually be him this time. Looks like Blake Wiegarts is going back deep to return. And that's right, they did have the flag for unsportsmanlike conduct there after the end of that touchdown run. So this will be a kickoff from the Hiawatha 35. Remember the 80-yard field instead of a 100-yard field in Illinois for 8-player. So 40 is midfield, and Hiawatha will be set to receive this kick from Jaden Hansen from the Hawks 35. Onside kick. It's still loose, but I think the Hawks got it. Brett Ross is in there. And it looks like it was Ross that came out of the pile with it. So the Hawks will start from around their own 20-yard line after the onside kick attempt. So Hiawatha will start first down and 10 from their own 20. 11-13 to go in the ball game. Hawks up to the line, first and 10 from their own 20. Wildcats leading here 44-20. Norvell split out right. Korb in the shotgun. He's got Brantley behind him. Fisher to his left. Both Korb and Brantley are nearing 100 yards rushing the football here in this ball game. First and 10 from their own 20. Korb takes the snap, nearly bobbles it. Has to impromptu keep it himself, and he's taken down for a loss by Dayton Price. It looked like Korb mishandled the snap for a moment. I think he was going to hand it off to Cole Brantley, but the play kind of broke down, had to keep it himself, and ends up losing a yard. Loss of 1 in the carry. It'll be second down and 11 for Hiawatha from their own 19. Just under 11 minutes to go in this ball game. Hawks come up to the line. Twin receivers left. Norvell as well as Brantley out there. Korb in the shotgun, and Fisher's behind him. Second down, 11 yards to go. Fisher takes the snap, Korb takes the snap. He's in trouble. Pass is caught over the middle. Great catch and great throw under pressure. Norvell made the catch. He's taken down past the 25 as Makai Benton was coming in hot. And Korb took some damage after the throw, but stood in there nicely, makes a catchable ball. And that'll be a decent gain. Sets up third and short. Pass is complete up to about the 27-yard line. So gain of 8 on second and 11. Sets up third down in the short 3. Lucas Norvell splits out left. Korb in the shotgun. Fisher to his left, and he's got Brantley behind him. 3rd and 3 yards to go from their own 27. Korb takes the snap, gives to Brantley up the middle. Benton's there right away. Some other Wildcats help him finish it off, and he's brought down behind the line. It ends up being Christopher Greif that gets him and helps him up right away. Greif gets the tackle for loss. It'll be 4th down for Hiawatha. We'll call that we'll call that no gain. So 4th down and 3 yards to go for the Hawks. Nobody's going back to return a punt. The Hawks trailing 44-20. Wouldn't anticipate a punt. They got to try to do what they can here down the stretch. Norvell splits out right. Same formation as before. Corbin the shotgun. Brantley behind him. Fisher to his right. 4th down, 3 yards to go. Snap goes to Corb. Keeps himself going far sideline. Trying to get there. He jumps and should have it. Jaden Hanson was coming in for the tackle, but a well-timed jump by Christopher Korb should give him the 1st down. And let's see, they're going to spot the football at the 31. That will be a 1st down. Needed 3, got 4. That moves the chains for the Hawks and stops the clock as he got out of bounds. Just under 9 minutes to go in the game. Trips receivers out left. Korb in the shotgun. Wiegarts, Norvell, and Brantley are the receivers. Korb takes the snap, dropping back, pressures there, in trouble, steps up, sends one across the middle. It's too high, incomplete. Norvell got a hand on it, but couldn't bring in the catch. As like we've seen all season, the Wildcat defensive line was applying some pressure. Both defensive ends were getting back there. Makai Benton's on the right now, and Arwen Betzer's on the left. They were both causing some trouble. Korb was able to avoid the sack, but the pass goes incomplete across the middle. 2nd down and 10 for the Hawks from their own 31. Norvell splits out left. Korb in the shotgun. Brantley's behind him and Fisher's to his right. They have it at their own 31-yard line. Takes the snap, gives to Brantley right up the middle. Breaks off one tackle, but he's taken down shortly thereafter. The nose guard, Braxton Davis, in on the play, alongside Dayton Price and Jaden Hanson. Looks like Brantley picks up 2 up to the 33. And that will bring up 3rd down and 8 yards to go for the Hawks. As looks like Fisher comes out of the ball game. And the Hawks come up to the line. Trips receivers left. Again, it's Wiegarts, Norvell, as well as Brantley out there. And Korb's in the shotgun. Korb takes the snap. Looking to throw. Gets rid of it across the middle. It's caught by Blake Wiegarts. That'll be a 1st down. And he's taken down by Nolan Gates, but it looks like he got the line to gain. And he did as they call for the chains to be moved. Hawks have put together some really nice sustained drives here in the second half. They had one late in the first half and had some earlier in the game as well. They just couldn't punch into the end zone. Nice drive going here. They have it across midfield, 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 38. Trips receivers right, same personnel. And it's Korb in the shotgun. Korb takes the snap. It's a QB draw up the middle, past the 35, going far sideline. It's going to be taken down shy of the 30. A good 1st down run that time by Christopher Korb. Will be a couple of yards shy of a 1st down. So they're going to spot it close to the 30. Once, gain of 7 on 1st down by Korb. That brings up 2nd down and 3 yards to go for the Hawks. 7 minutes to go in the game. Trips receivers left, Korb in the shotgun. 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Korb takes the snap, dropping back. Pocket starts to break down. He's going to look to scramble. He'll tuck it and run. Gets up to the 25-yard line. Should have a 1st down, depending on where he stepped out. Looks like he'll have a 1st down and more. Korb's done a really nice job avoiding some pressure here tonight. Scram past the 25. They spot it at the 22-yard line. That'll be another 1st down for Hiawatha. Korb has gone over 100 yards on the ground tonight. 24 carries, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Hiawatha's senior quarterback. Hawks have trips receivers right. Korb in the shotgun. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 22. His blocker starts to run into him. He's in big trouble. Colton Nowatzki brings him down in the backfield. Alongside Arwen Betzer, Nolan Gates got in there as well. That one closed up in a hurry. So they're going to spot the football back at the 24. It's a loss of 2, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 12 yards to go for the Hawks. Blake Wiegart's out of the game as Cooper Fisher's back in there. We're under 6 minutes to play, 5:45 and counting. Twin receivers right, Norvell and Brantley, Corbin the shotgun, and Fisher's the tailback behind him. They have 2nd down and 12. Takes the snap, dropping back, looking to throw. Gets rid of it. It's going to be incomplete. It might have been tipped at the line as the pass falls to the ground. It'll be 3rd down, 12 yards to go for Hiawatha from the Wildcat 24, 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Hawks have it at the Wildcat 24 as they break the huddle. A receiver to either side, Norvell out left. They've got Brantley to the right. Corbin the shotgun. He's got Fisher to his right. Takes the snap. Fakes a handoff, keeps it up the middle. Bouncing it outside. He'll be close to a 1st down. He has it. He's going to be tripped up. Nearly got over the goal line. They're going to spot him down at about the 1. The Hawks again convert on 3rd down. They've been doing that several times on this possession. And that one will be spotted at the 1-yard line. So on 3rd and 12 from the 24, Corb gains 23. And the Hawks have 1st and goal from the 1. Five minutes on the clock. It is still rolling down as the Hawks come up to the line. Lucas Norvell splits out left. Corb in the shotgun. Brantley the tailback. Fisher the back to the right of Corb. Here on 1st and goal from a yard out. Corb gives to Brantley up the middle. Bounces off a tackler. Trying to fight ahead, but several black jerseys meet him. Christopher Greif, Makai Benson, Arwin Betzer in the play. No gain for Cole Brantley that time. As it'll set up 2nd down and goal, still a yard away from the end zone. 2nd down and goal to go for Hiawatha. Wildcats lead this game 44-20. Just over 4 minutes to go in the game. Hawks break the huddle, up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from a yard out. Norvell splits out left. Corbin the shotgun, Brantley behind him. Fisher to his right. Corb takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling out left, looking to throw. Gets rid of it. It's going to be caught. Did he hang on to it? And he did. Lucas Norvell hangs on to it. Aiden Klostrom provided good pass coverage, but it's just a better catch by Norvell, and it's a touchdown for Hiawatha. The Hawks put together an impressive extended drive where they converted on 3rd down about 3 or 4 times throughout the course of the drive, including, I believe, a 4th down conversion back earlier in the drive. And they will go for 2. So the Hawks up to the line. Norvell, who just caught the touchdown and split out right. Corbin the shotgun. He's got Thomas Butler behind him. He will give to Butler up the middle. Fighting ahead. It's going to be close. Did he get over the goal line? I don't think he did, and he did not. So the 2-point conversion is no good. 3 minutes, 44 seconds to go in the ball game. Our score, Central City 44, Hiawatha 26. Like I said, Hawks put together an extended, impressive drive as they went 60 yards on 14 plays. Ends up with Christopher Corb finding Lucas Norvell in the end zone from a yard out. As the Hawks put another touchdown on the board, it's 44-26. That was catch number 5 on the night for Norvell. He's got 34 yards, and that was a 2nd touchdown catch. And Corb is now 8 of 17 for the ball game, 63 yards and 2 touchdowns. Corb's also upped his rushing statistics to 26 carries for 135 yards. He's found the end zone twice on the ground. I'll have the full statistics for you guys after this one goes final. 3 minutes and 44 seconds of game time from now, as Bryce Overton sets the football on the tee at the 30. It is once again a hands team for Central City. Arwen Betzer is back at the 10. Everybody else is at the 30 or closer. Remember, you may be at the 40, but no closer than that. And, of course, if it were to be an onside kick, the football must go 10 yards. It's actually Cole Brantley to kick it. It is an onside kick. It's not going to go 10 yards, and it might there at the end. There's a scramble for it near midfield. The Hawks think they have it. We'll wait for an indication. That was Cole Brantley that kicked it. Waiting to see what the indication is. There's an extended discussion. Both teams watching closely. One referee thinks it should be Central City football. Now the head referee is going to come in. The line judge and the head linesman we're discussing. Now the white hat's in there. Some extended drama here as we try to figure out who has the football after Cole Brantley sent a good onside kick that I didn't think was going to get near 10 yards. Ended up getting about 9.5, and a Wildcat touched it. So ends up depending on who got on it. It's anybody's football when it goes 10 yards or once the receiving team touches it. They're still discussing. All 5 officials are in there. And it is Central City football. So Central City gets it after a discussion. They will have first down and 10 from midfield. They have it right there at the 40. This was a very nice onside kick from Cole Brantley. There's a scramble for it, some extended discussions, but it is Central City football. They will actually move the ball up to the Hiawatha 39. Wildcats will start first and 10 right there. 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the ball game. Again, 44-26 is our score. Hiawatha's really found their offensive groove here in the second half. The Wildcats' offense has been going all night. It's the Closman brothers back there, Aiden Matthews. Snap goes to Aiden, up the middle, trying to break out of a tackle, still fighting ahead. Great running by Aiden, should have a first down, gets up past the 30 to the 29, gains 10 on first down. First down and 10 yards to go for Central City after Aiden picks up 10. Aiden's also gone over 100 yards on the ground tonight, 12 carries, 121 yards, and 3 touchdowns. If Aiden can have a nice ball game next week in the postseason, or any subsequent games the Wildcats would have, he very well could get over 1,000 yards this year. Close from up the middle. Gets past the 25-yard line and taken down at about the 20, but a flag came in. The football might have been fumbled there at the end. Christopher Korb thinks the Hawks got it, but like I said, a flag's back at the 25. Flag came from the head linesman along the Hiawatha sideline, and it is holding against Central City. So holding called on the Wildcats. And they'll march off the penalty yardage, but actually looks like the football did in fact come out there at the end. So Hiawatha declines the penalty, and they'll take over first down and 10 from their own 19-yard line. So the Hawks thought they got it, and they were correct. After they declined the penalty, Hiawatha has it. First and 10 from their own 19, 3 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the ball game. And Hiawatha has all 3 timeouts. Norvell split out left, Corbin the shotgun. Brantley behind him, Fisher to his right. Takes the snap, give up the middle to Fisher, but he's met and spun down. Great tackle by the nose guard, Braxton Davis. He makes the play in the middle. Not much room there for Cooper Fisher, as they're going to say no gain. They spot it back at the 19. It'll be second down and 10 yards to go. Under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. 44-26 advantage for Central City. Hawks break the huddle. Up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to send 3 receivers out right. Norvell, Brantley, and Fisher are out there. Korb in the shotgun by himself. Korb takes the snap, dropping back, looking to throw. Gets rid of it across the middle. Brantley makes the catch wide open. First down, and he's going to fight ahead past the 35. Taken down shy of midfield. Cole Brantley on the reception from Christopher Korb. Gets it up to about the 36. Gain of 17 there on second down and 10. As the Hawks aren't going away here late. They're still trying to get some yardage. They have first and 10 from their own 36. Trips receivers left. Blake Wiegarts is in there in replacement of Cooper Fisher. Korb in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking downfield. Gets it over the middle to Norvell, but it's incomplete. As Christopher Korb's pass is just a bit too high for Norvell that time. 2 minutes on the clock as it does stop with the incomplete pass. This one's nearly in the books, but Hiawatha trying to continue to drive down the field. They only had 6 points at the half, did the Hawks, but they've added 20 so far in this second half. Twin receivers to either side here for Hiawatha. Korb in the shotgun. Second down and 10 from the 36. Takes the snap. Pressure there. Korb steps up. Flag comes in. Thrown from behind the play. Korb takes off. Breaks out of a tackle of a first down and more. Close to the 30, but there is a flag. It was thrown by the referee, the head referee that is, behind the play. So we'll see what the call was. Holding is called against Hiawatha. So that will drive them back. The first down comes off the board. So we'll see where they spot it after they assess the penalty yardage. Currently marching off the penalty yardage here. The umpire marching the football. And the hold occurred about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a big penalty. They'll spot it at about the 20-yard line. That's a big shift in momentum there with the flag. Second down and about 26 yards to go for Hiawatha. Back at their own 20-yard line. Receiver out left, that's Norvell. Korb in the shotgun, I believe that is Wiegarts to his left, and Brantley's behind him. Low snap, play action pass, gets rid of it. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Blake Wiegarts, and a flag comes in. I think they're going to get Mekhi Benton for roughing the passer. He sees it, can't believe it. But I think that's going to be the call, and it is. That is a 15-yard penalty on Mekhi. And they're going to march off some more yardage. Flags are flying here late in the ball game. 1 minute, 27 seconds to go. 44-26 advantage for Central City. And now they're going to march the ball all the way up to the 35-yard line. It's a 15-yard penalty. And they are going to shift the indication to first down, so it looks like that will be a first down. Must be an automatic first down type of penalty. Does seem to be the case. So first and 10, Hiawatha from their own 35. Twin receivers right, Korb in the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives up the middle. Brantley, I believe, the ball carrier here. He's taken down. Not too much room. Correction, Blake Wiegarts the ball carrier that time. Brantley was split out as a receiver. And the whistle sounds. And we've got a timeout on the field. Hiawatha uses their first timeout of the second half. They've got 2 remaining. 1 minute and 12 seconds to go in the game. Our score, Central City 44, Hiawatha 26. Comment here from Jeff McGovern. Great job tonight, David. Jeff, thanks for listening in. Appreciate you tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Take this opportunity to give a shout out to Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is here to provide the kind of services that keep community in banking. That means working with local businesses to provide funding to help them grow and give guidance and support when you're ready to purchase your first home. Heartland Bank, we're here for you. As always, big thank you to Heartland Bank for helping make these broadcasts possible every Friday night. And don't forget, Wildcats will be playing in the playoffs for the first time in several years next Friday night I'll have the call wherever the Wildcats go. I will be there and will bring you the play-by-play if you can't make it out. As much as I'd like you to listen, and however, I would say if you can get there, do, because that'll be a big deal for Central City. So 2nd and 9 for Hiawatha from their own 36. Twin receivers to either side. Corbin in the shotgun. Takes the snap, dropping back. Some pressures there, looking to scramble. He's in trouble, gets rid of it. It's going to be incomplete. No, it's intercepted. Luke Birds picked it off. He nearly had one earlier, and on senior night, the senior Luke Birds picks off his second pass of the year. And it was an impressive one. It was kind of a sliding, almost one-handed type of interception there for Luke. And the Wildcats will get it back, and they can pretty much kneel it out from here. Luke picks off his second pass of the year here on senior night. Likely the last time these young men will play in front of their home crowd, as Central City is more than likely going to end up being one of the last teams out of hosting next week. So Central City will take over 1st and 10 from their own 39. We've got 1 minute and 5 seconds on the clock. Klosterman brothers are back there. Snap will go to Matthew Klosterman. He's met in the backfield. Great job by that defensive front of Hiawatha. Zachary Edwards gets in there and makes the tackle for loss. Matthew had nowhere to go that time, as he'll lose a yard back to the 38. 2nd down, 11 yards to go for Central City from their own 38-yard line. They have to run one more play before this one goes final. Aiden Klosterman quickly tying his shoe. Jaden Hansen's in there. I believe he's going to go under center, as the Wildcats are in the victory formation. They are good to snap it whenever they'd like. Now they will go under center. Will Hansen. Hansen takes the snap, falls to an E. That'll be all here tonight from Central City. The final 15 seconds will roll off the clock, and the Wildcats have concluded their 2022 regular season with a record of 7 wins and 1 loss. The best regular season the Wildcats have had in several years, and they finish it off tonight against a game Hiawatha team by a final of 44-26. So this clock has hit all zeros. This one has gone final, and the Wildcats win it 44-26 over the Hiawatha Hawks. Before we sign off tonight, got to go over our final statistics. First, for our visitors, the Hawks of Hiawatha. Christopher Korb goes 9 of 21 for 80 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Cole Brantley caught 2 passes for 35 yards. Blake Wiegarts caught 2 passes for 11 yards, and Lucas Norvell was the standout receiver. He caught 5 passes for 34 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, it was Christopher Korb leading the way, 26 carries, 135 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Cole Brantley added 94 yards on 19 carries. Cooper Fisher, 5 carries for 13 yards, and Blake Wiegarts, 2 carries for no gain. And for Central City, Jaden Hansen goes 5 of 7, 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. Braden Rickles caught 1 pass for 42 yards and a touchdown. Lucas Greif, 2 catches, 24 yards and a touchdown. Matthew Klosterman caught 1 catch for 17 yards, and Aiden Klosterman caught 1 pass for 5 yards. On the ground, Aiden Klosterman, 13 carries, 131 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Aiden goes over 100 yards rushing for the 6th time this season. Matthew Klosterman runs it 4 times for 58 yards. Jaden Hansen, 3 carries, 20 yards, and a touchdown. Christopher Greif, 2 carries, 14 yards, and Lucas Greif runs it once for a gain of 9. Hiawatha picks up 245 yards on the ground. They had 80 through the air. 325 yards of total offense for the Hawks. And for Central City, 244 yards on the ground, 88 through the air. 332 yards of offense here tonight for Central City. So that's just going to about do it tonight, folks. From Central City, the Wildcats finished the regular season 7-1 with a 44-26 win over a talented Hiawatha football team. Wildcats will be back in action next Friday night. They will be in the playoffs for the first time since 2018. Wherever they go, we'll find out around midnight tonight. I'll be there and I'll have the call right here on Wildcat Sports. Expect a pregame show around 6:45 for that 7 o'clock kickoff. So, folks, until then, thanks so much for listening in tonight. I'm David Warrington saying good night and go Cats.